Good morning, guys. We'll start in the session in a couple of minutes.
Good morning.
Hello everyone. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, Satish. Good morning.
Morning. Just wait for a few more minutes.
Hello everyone. Good morning to everyone. Can you hear me?
Hey, hi Rajendra, we can hear you.
Hi. Before starting, right, I'm just starting sharing the documents like CSV files for movie ratings. So please try to download whoever parallelly working on this session. Okay.
So I
Okay.
will share that link in the chat also, or else you also can get from our application. I will share in the chat in a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
I will
Thank
share the
you.
GitHub account. Yeah. Thank you, guys.
So if everyone ready, we'll get start our session so that we'll wait for a few minutes.
Yes, Rajendra, I'll just give us 2 minutes.
Okay then.
I'll
Okay.
get started here.
Sure. Please confirm. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Hello, everyone. Good morning. So I know you're all excited for this end-to-end project on Power BI, right? So we have Rajendra with us. So very warm welcome, Rajendra. We are very glad to have your session. And those guys who don't know about Rajendra, Rajendra is having more than 15 years of industry experience and is working with different organizations and has been contributing to a lot of communities and sessions. And today we have requested him to take session for KSR Data Vision. So please make use of it, even though it's a Sunday weekend and he has dedicatedly coming here to teach the end-to-end project for you. So please make use of it, right? And as a best practice, please allow him to speak, let him complete, and then you can ask your questions. Try to have the interactions towards the end. Meanwhile, you can also download all the data sets, keep it ready, make this session interactive, and also try to get maximum out of it. So welcome, Rajendra. Very glad to have you with you. It's all yours.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Babu, right? Babu and
Santosh and Mahesh both are there.
yeah,
Yes.
hi, Santosh. Hi, Mahesh.
Yeah.
Fine. Let me share my screen.
Sure. And also, I sent you the GitHub account link in our group chat. There are all the data sets available, Rajendra.
Sure. Okay. Thank you so much, Mahesh. Yeah. Let me know once you're able to see my screen.
You're all good. Yes.
Thank you. First of all, I would like to thank KSR Data Vision team for giving an opportunity to share this views on this a workshop, end-to-end project development with Indian movies lens. So no, I know this. I mean, early morning, that too Sunday, but as a part of learning experience, as a part of learning new things, this is a good opportunity to explore how we will deal with the real-time projects as well. So I know you people will already completed some part of it. I just like to know some background from your end. How much maybe uh, you completed some projects, right? Power BI side. So whether you already done some projects or else is that the first project? I just want to share some views, yes or no, in the chat box. And also, I'll just try to give a brief about Power BI and then I will walk you through what we are going to discuss as a part of agenda. So already given some introduction about myself, I'll just try to share something here. I'm Rajendra Ungul. I'm a Microsoft Data Platform MVP on both Power BI and Microsoft Fabric, and I'm a super user of the community platform, and 4 times MCT, and totally 14 years of experience with working with Microsoft Tech Stack. Started with SSIS, moved into the Power BI, and currently most of my development activities will be on the Microsoft Fabric. And I'm one of the organizers where community tech staff part, deleted community groups, and as well as data analytic platforms as well. And if you want to reach out, right hand side, you can find my social network insights. You can reach me there. Fine. Coming to the session category, I have thoroughly listed. Make sure that this session should be a completely mutual sharing, like a collaboration. Maybe if you have any doubts or some queries, right, just post it in the chat, or maybe you have an access to unmute yourself, you can unmute it. I would like to explain about the data sets. So already the KSR data team, they already provided the GitHub access. Please try to download the data sets related to 3 files: movies table, movies CSV file, users rating, and users table and ratings table. 3 CSV files, which is total. I will explain it, what information we are holding on this each and every file. And we will try to discuss about the problem statement and objective of it. And also we will discuss thoroughly the data dictionary of each and every file. So what information, what are the fields, key fields that are available. So what it is, what we are going to try to derive it. And along with it, main objective here, we are working on the movie lens, that means Indian movies related. We need to see the user basis, like based on some gender, like male or female based, what is the ratings? Or maybe I want to see the drama based movies, what kind of a ratings they're trying to, I mean, like total number of movies has been released. These kind of activities and these kind of representations we'll try to derive in the form of visual representation. Fine. What I will do in the sense, I'll just try to showcase to you the datasets explanation. Hope everyone download it, right? If not, please try to download. Let me open it. So see here, it's very simple data set. No need to, I mean, like it's not something like huge info or something. So here in the movies table, 4 fields we have: movie ID, movie names. It's all Indian movies, which has been started releasing from 1939 to till data 2025, along with some different type of a genre. Maybe it's based on the genre, starting with a drama, or maybe if it is getting included with some other subcategories like a science fiction or a comedy based and so on. So you can see here, we need to do some data cleanup activities too. Maybe approximately 4,000 records we have, you can see. And the segregation, if you're observing, maybe the record which you are observing currently, 3,710, it has been combination of multiple like animation, children's based, musical, romance, and so on. So what we will do in this sense, we will try to segregate the data based on drama means drama based, romance means romance based, children's movies means children's based movies. We will try to do these activities, data activities at once. We will try to import these data sets into the Power BI. And then we will discuss thoroughly about how we are going to project the visualization, like a total movies wise. We need to segregate the groups, genre groups, and how we are going to display the average ratings. So we have average ratings for each and every movie once we watch, right? So we'll try to give out of 5 what is the rating of this movie. So that rating information also we have as a separate table. Let me showcase you that part. Users table. So users table has been included with user ID and gender based. Here, if you're observing, age is not a mandatory, but I have included the age field also with some set of category like 118, something like this. Maybe it is not a mandatory. Maybe if you can book on online, we have to enter some details, but I just enter something. Along with that, zip code information, where and which location they have watched that movie. So based on the zip location wise, we need to do some analysis part also. And the occupations part, if you're observing, some are interested to add their occupation, some are not. So in such scenario, which I have added, one more set of fields with some categories like academic or educator or artist, what kind of a role the user prospective part, I have added one more field here, occupation related. We will try to do some data cleanup activities here on this table also, like a gender as per the meaningful names. We will try to convert it in the Power Query edited stuff. And also age factor part, you can see here, it's a partial age based on the age group wise. And also the combination of occupation wise, we will try to do the data analysis. Okay, that means we'll try to project in the reporting format. So it's the second table, users table. First, we discussed about the movies table, which we have the year and the movies names and so on. And the second table, genre is also there in movies table. And in the second table is completely related to the users, age factor, particular location details, and their occupation information. So this information we are holding at users table. So it's approximately record around 6,000 records. Coming to the last table, ratings table. See here, ratings table part, we have an user ID, movie ID, which we will try to build some relationships as well. Along with that, rating information, ratings too, like out of 1 to 5. So let me filter it and let me showcase to you. It's not more than that, 1 to 5 rating. Okay. And this is very important. Timestamp we are getting in the form of a seconds. So we need to convert the date format. Okay. So we have to get it converted to a date format. Currently it is a number in seconds. Once you import this particular ratings table, how you're going to get convert, what kind of a mechanism we'll try to make use of it to get convert to an timestamp in seconds to the date and time, date and time format. Okay, simple data set. This one also you can see here with approximately 1 million records. So it will take some time, ratings table alone. Okay. Fine. Any questions, confusions, clarities required? I hope you people are all aware of Power BI, so that's why I'm not discussing about it, because this session is completely related to the Power BI end-to-end. If you come to the end-to-end Power BI project means you already aware some part of Power BI like a DAX functions, Power Query editor level activities, what is Power BI and components and so on. So that's why I'm not explaining that part. So I'm directly jumping onto this project. Any questions? Or we are good to go?
Team, any questions? Just please ask. Feel free to ask.
Maybe if you want me to explain a basic part, I have already prepared it. So anyway, it is an end-to-end project, right? So that's why I'm not giving the what is Power BI again. So basic stuff. If you have something to discuss, please let me know. Don't hesitate. Good.
Sir, can you just share just a very quick summary? That will be better. Thank you.
Sure, definitely. Fine. So see here, Power BI. This is the product has been launched by Microsoft. So the main agenda of using Microsoft Power BI is previously, before Power BI and before any of the business intelligence tool, we will try to do the business users. They can try to do their analysis via some Excel, some macro wise visuals. They can try to build without any data interactions and so on. After coming onto this BI ecosystem, lot of tools has been emerged, included with Microsoft Power BI. So the benefit, the usage of this is we will try to do the data extractions. We will extract it by using this Microsoft Power BI. And if our data is not in a properly organized, we will do the data cleanup activities too inside the tool. And final motto should be something like we have to get it to visualize. You can see some kind of a charts, representations. You can see there's some numbers so that to the business user friend, they can easily see the numbers. They can try to take their business decisions. That's the main motto here. And maybe you'll get a question. Is there any limitations for the data connectivity? No, more than 100 plus data source, data connects, we can use it via Power BI. Either you can say it is a cloud-based, or maybe if you are connecting to the on-premises, or even the flat file source system or cloud-based or web-based source systems, we can try to import it and we can try to do the further activities on Power BI extraction part, Power BI tool. Fine. So coming to our project. So yes, please, you raised your hand.
Sir, good morning. I joined a little late. Can I get a brief of the data set that you're dealing with now?
Yeah, already placed in ZitHub. So you can see the links.
Yeah, the
also there.
link is given there. So it is
Yes.
related to the movies.
Correct.
And
You have
we
to please download
is
it.
the problem statement decided?
No. We are going to discuss about it. I just
Okay,
explained the
right.
data sets part. I just explained what are the 3 data sets, what information is holding there. So problem statement we are going to discuss later after once we'll get start with the session. I mean like a workshop. Okay.
Oh, okay. Thank you, sir.
Fine. So if you're observing the main motto here, instead of analyzing this numbers 30, 25, 40 with some name of tabular information, it is easy to take some quick decisions like action based, how many movies, or comedy based, how many movies has been launched. These are all information we can see and we can take. That means business user can take their business decisions accordingly. So that is the main objective here on the front of Power BI. So like this, we have other tools as the competitors like Tableau, like a Salesforce company has been acquired, along with the Sysens, Looker from Google. These are all the tools which has been emerged into the market. So why Microsoft Power BI? If you can ask me, there are a lot of things. Why Microsoft Power BI? I need to use it. Lot of new functionalities and features has been launched on monthly basis. New features will be get incorporated as a part of development. Whatever the communities part, we have an active community from Microsoft. So if you can post your ideas, they will validate your ideas. Yes, per the votes and concerns, they can try to take it as an objective and they can try to implement further next planning, and then they can give it as a roadmaps also. That's the main advantage. So it will take users' feedback. I mean, customers' feedback. It will listen to the customer feedback. That is one. And another important thing is most of the organizations, they can try to look over the costing. So this tool is cheaper compared to other tools that are available in market. So you can compare with the Tableau or ClickSense, Sysens, Google from Looker, and so on. This tool is very cheaper. Microsoft Power BI. That is one more. Why Power BI? If you can ask, that is one more thing. Along with that, more than 100 plus data sources, we can get it import without any third-party connectors. So that is also one of the main motto to make use of this Microsoft Power BI. And it is getting recognized as a leader, like from 2019 to till date, 2025, it's a leader in the market. So compared to other leader in the market, how we are going to decide in the sense, Gartner is a market research based company. They can try to do the business intelligence ecosystem part. There's a usage, industry norms and conditions was per the criteria. From 19 to 2025, still this year also is a leader in the market. Maybe I haven't provided the slide. Maybe later, if time permits, I can share it some other presentation is there, which I have already downloaded from the Gartner's company. Fine. We can do the deep analysis, and also we can have, previously we're calling it as a data sets here, the main components part, but now currently we're calling it as a semantic model, semantic layer. So why we are calling it as a semantic model means we will try to work with multiple data sets on day-to-day basis. And we will try to do the data aggregation. Sometimes if the business users, they want to do their own analysis, we will try to use that semantic model and share the semantic models to the customer. They can do some further pivotal information and so on. Still, sometimes, right, what we will get in the sense, even we are preparing the data visualizations and sharing the reports to the customer, still they were expecting to see the analysis via Excel only. Excel, they can try to do the pivot activities and so on. So we have a comfort, I mean, like comforts to share these semantic models also to the customer point of view. Whatever the model which we have built it, the connections and so on, we will try to share those semantic models to the customers as well. And coming to the reporting part, it has been included with some AI-based insights as well, some Azure analysis part. Sometimes if you want to see some hierarchical or in detailed analysis, we have decomposition trees, and even we can see the deeper analysis are based on some particular metric. And if you want to get it explained, we can see advanced AI visuals like a key influencers. And even if you're not aware which chart we want to use it, by default, it will give a Q&A questionnaire part. So you can write the questions, automatically the outputs or responses will get into in the form of visualization, visual representation. So lot of, as per the components parts, we have many activities like a data sets, dashboard building, and we can further, we can do it. So what I will do in the sense, I'll just try to share these experiences via hands-on. So we will try to import the files which I have shared it with you. And parallel, I'm going to explain the key areas that we need to keep in mind as a part of components and working environment. And if you have any queries, please post it and let me know. Hope everyone who have this Power BI desktop has been installed, right? Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Try to just mention in the chart itself, yes or no, so that if not means you have to get it download. So there are two ways to get it download. This one also I'm just quickly explain. We can install this Microsoft Power BI desktop via directly from Microsoft website product part. We can install it. Another way is we can install it via Microsoft Store. Two ways. Most of the time, and the organizations, we will use their set of versions. Like example, my organization, we will try to use our versions, like older versions only. Sometimes the new features will not incorporate into our organization level. So that's why we will stick to one version and we will use that version for some time until the new features will be get incorporated in our module or else portfolio. So two ways, web-based, we can install this Power BI. Another way is from Microsoft Store, we can install this Microsoft Power BI. So what is the main difference between these two? Suppose if you are moving and working with the Microsoft Store, Power BI desktop installation, it's an auto update because Microsoft Power BI itself is an app. monthly basis how we are trying to update our personal apps like a Facebook or whatever the new apps which Twitter and so on. Automatically the new features will be get included if you are using Microsoft Store wise Power BI desktop, Power BI installation. Coming to the web-based installation, it is a manual update. It is not going to be an automatic. So we have to get it update monthly basis. So if you're using the web-based download of Microsoft Power BI desktop. So just to type Microsoft Store, here also we can see Microsoft Power BI, we can install it via this one. You can also identify easily how and which one is Microsoft Store-wise installation, which one is web-based installation. The complete icon, this is the icon which you are currently observing. This complete icon filled with this bars with white color, that is nothing but a web-based. If you are installing this Microsoft Power BI desktop via Microsoft Store, you can see a blue prompt. Background should be a blue prompt with this particular icon. That is going to be your Microsoft Store Power BI desktop installation. So two ways we can get it installed. So as per, once we maybe if you can join in some organizations, as per their standards, this per versions, we have to make use of it. It's not something like we have to get it update latest versions. Okay, we are still, why you are specifically saying this word in the sense, we are still using the January 2025 release. Why we are not updated in the sense, that particular architecture, new features and functionalities will not support on the new versions of the published report. That's the reason we are still using older versions only. Okay, fine. See here, this is the front end. Once you can go to open this Power BI desktop, you can see what to what. So the blank report, or maybe if you want to connect the quick source systems, we can connect to the Excel, or you can connect to the SQL Server database to get it import and required tables. And let me open the blank report, because we are trying to build a new report development via Microsoft, this particular Indian movie lens project datasets. This is the front end view which you are currently observing. Left hand side, if you're observing the three important key areas along with the two new features and functionalities. So these are very important. Report view is currently, which you are currently observing. Report view is by default where you are going to prepare the reports. That means visual buildings and so on. We'll just try to use a drag and drop functionality here. Second view, we are going to call it as a table view. So where the connected tables or imported tables, we are going to observe with the number of columns and record count. And third view, we are going to call it as a model view or model tab. So here, if you're working with multiple tables like multiple source systems, we are getting connected. We have to build some connections, data set, maybe A table to the B table. We have to give some relationship or mapping between A and B. So how we are trying to bring the relationship, I'm going to explain that part also. And last two views are related to the DAX query view, where if you want to write some business logics, we can try to validate the result also by using this view. And also we'll just try to check the formula, how it is being incorporated with the, what is expected based on the output. And TMDL view is the new feature and functionality which has been added a few months back. So it is completely related to the object and semantic model, which we are trying to prepare for the data optimization. The formula optimizations and so on, we can use it. Okay, fine. Any queries up to this part? And just let me know. Yeah, fine. See here, we just discussed about left-hand part, and in the center, which you are currently observing, is the reporting canvas, where we are just drag and drop functionality wise, we can use it, like the visualizations on the right-hand side. And as a part of watermark, they are providing a quick connections like importing the data, SQL Server, even though you can prepare a blank or create a static tables too. And if you want to play around it, you can use some financial sample data sets as well. So as I said, 100 plus data sources, right? You can connect via this get data. You can see the different source systems, which we can try to import into your application, Power BI desktop. If you can use, if you haven't find out the right data source, you can use the more options to see the right data source. We can connect to your application. So this is the segregations part. So how, from all part, we can see all source systems. So what I will do in the sense personally, whenever if you want to connect, I can just try to search. Maybe I want to connected in Postgres database, means I can search with the Postgres. Maybe I want to get connect with the Dataverse. I can connect it via Dataverse. I will search here for a quick connections, Dataverse here for business applications connections and to import the data. So more than 100 plus data sources. Sometimes we need to have a third-party connectors. Like example, Postgres, we need some third-party connector as NQSF file. So once we installed it, then as per the security reasons, as per the security norms, we have to install that one. Then only we can able to pass our credentials and try to import those source systems into this application. That is Postgres SQL I'm talking about specifically, because which I have faced some time back. And coming to the right-hand side, which you are currently observing this hidden filter pin, by default, it is available, which is in a hidden part. Maybe if you want to add some slicing and dicing based on the complete page or multiple pages, if you're preparing a report, you can filter it based on this filter on this current page or filter on multiple pages. That means complete report level 2. Maybe if you want to get it filter exclusively one particular visualization level, we have a visual level filter too. Maybe if I'm selecting this particular bar chart, right, you can see 3 filter options: filter on this visual, filter on this current page, this is the current page, and filter on multiple pages too. Maybe if you are preparing a report on different pages. Coming to the right hand side, complete right hand side build pane. So you can just try to select it from the visuals here, or from this home tab also we can select different set of visualization. More than 200 plus visuals it is supporting. So by default you are currently observing 30 plus visuals. Maybe if you want to add some custom visuals or Microsoft app custom visuals in the sense, we can just try to import it via this get more visual option. Or maybe if you have a you have a knowledge on D3JS, these coding languages, you can also prepare on your own visuals too. That's what previously one of my team member has been done with the D3JS code. He built his own visual to get it incorporated for few of the pages or visualization customer requirement. So we can build it. So it has to get it approved. So if some visuals will be get approved from the Microsoft Power BI certified part, and some visuals, right, third-party visuals will not get it certified. Let me showcase to you that part too. So where it is, you can see here something like a tick mark. These are all certified visuals, which has been approved from the Microsoft based on the testing and based on the performance prospect. Some visuals will not get tested. So you can see something like a water cup. These are all third parties. So most of the third parties, even it has been included with certified and uncertified visuals. So make sure that what type of visuals we are trying to use it on our reporting build. Coming to the real-time part, some certified visuals as per the organizational needs has been validated. Those organizational visuals will be get incorporated. So it's not a good idea to use other visuals in the customization part, custom visuals part, other than this custom organization certified visuals. If you're using other visuals other than the organization certified visuals, it will throw an error. This visual is not approved, something like that. It will pop up in the center. Maybe if you're using other than the organization level visualizations, in the real time. These things we just try to keep in mind. Coming to the complete right-hand side, you can see a vertical bar, vertical slider. So I haven't extracted any data yet. So once we extract the data, we can see the table information. Previously, we are calling it as a fields. Now the naming convention has been properly defined. We are calling it as a data. And currently, which you are observing the build pin. And next, maybe if you want to do some cosmetic changes on this canvas, like a background color change, fonts, or maybe if you want to add some kind of a backend wallpaper for the company standards, we can try to use those wallpapers and customization part and beautification requirement by using this format pane. Copilot is again, it has included. So why Copilot in this is maybe you can try to get some suggestions while working with Microsoft. It is available for me, but here you need some licensing. It's a separate license. Still, it is a preview feature. They name it as a still a preview feature, but the cost has been get included if you want to make use of this Copilot functionality. Fine. I have explained it, the right-hand side, left and down part. So it is almost similar as like an Excel. Maybe everyone work with Excel files like sheets. We are going to call it sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. If you can try to use multiple cells wise, But here in Power BI, we're going to call it as a pages, page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, and so on. Coming to the complete top part, this one we are going to call it as a ribbon, home ribbon or header ribbon. So where we can see the different components, different functionalities on the each and every tab level. Like if you want to extract the data part, we can easily identify it. Maybe if you want to perform some data transformation activities, we have to navigate inside of this transform data to see whether the data is been structured properly, well organized or not. So it's, as I said, right, it is one of the inbuilt layer where we are going to perform the data transformations other than the Power BI desktop. So you can see the top, the front layer is a Power Query editor where we are going to do the data transformation activities. On the backend part, those transformations, those organized data, we will try to navigate it back and the structured information to the Power BI desktop. So most of our real-time activities will be included in this Power Query editor, not on the data visualization side. So data visualization side, anyone can build the visuals, just a kind of a simple drag and drop, but blending the data and as well as making the data in a well structure will take time. So if you're working with some unstructured data source systems, unstructured information, okay. Fine. And a few more things while working with this particular Power BI, try to enable some features from files, options and settings, options. Some of the preview features are there, monthly basis, as I said, right? Some new features will be get launched. So those features will be get visible to you at the preview features part. So just try to check it, okay? Which feature, okay, that has been launched recently. So based on that last, this is the new features will be get added. So if you want to try or else learn more on these features, we just try to learn, you can learn more on it before working, right? Just try to learn about it and then make use of these functionalities and share your experiences with the customers too, so that if they are interested, we can make use of it. Otherwise, as it's still a preview feature, we just try to make sure that it's still a preview feature. And if you want to share those feedbacks directly to the Microsoft, we have a share feedback option is also available. Select it and it will navigate to the share feedback link. This particular feature, just try to share your feedback information. If there are any flaws are there, or maybe there is still improvements are required. Fine. So shall we start extracting the data? Yes.
Yes.
Fine. Let's try to extract this data sets. So which has been 3 files, movies, ratings, and users. Objective here, again, I'm just trying to showcase to you main motto here. Let me share it. One second. I just prepared the data history as well for the all 3 files. So which is containing some information related to the movies table. We have an information timestamp, as I said, time record when the user gave the rating. Rating, what is the meaning here? Rating has been given or provided by the user. And user ID is there. Each and every user-based movies list has been defined. And movie names, when the movie has been released. Year information is also we are holding. So just try to take a snapshot of this for your reference, okay? And genre in the sense, as I said, multiple genres on each and every movie, like maybe it will be get started with some science fiction. It has to include a horror also, or maybe some comedy. So it has been included with segregated in the form of a pipeline. Okay, delimited is the pipeline between each and every genre. Okay, maybe if the particular movie has been included with multiple genres. And users table, which is going to give the information about user details, age factor, age of the user, gender, as I mentioned there, we have only M and F. We have to define it in the form of male or female. Occupation of this user, area code, I have provided the residential code, pin code there. So we try to just visualize area wise total number of movies has been watched, like area code wise, zip code wise. Okay. Let's try to work on it and let me know if there is any query, and make sure that parallelly, please, you have to get in work accordingly. Okay. If you have any questions, you can stop me there, and I'm just I'm okay to repeat it if required. Let's try to extract the file. So what I will do in the sense, instead of directly extracting from the Power BI desktop, I will directly navigate to the transform data regularly. Why you want to navigate directly to the transform data means, basically we need to check few important data transformation activities, like few things, basic things that we need to check. First one is the data type validation. First one is the data type validation. We need to cross verify for each and every table. Next important transformation that once I'm trying to pull some data, I need to cross verify the number of columns in each and every data set. Number of columns, types of data types for each and every column in that set. And third one is filters. Maybe if I want to filter the data or not. These three things, basic checks we need to do it. Though the table information is completely structured. You can see these are all structured tables, right? I haven't provided you any unstructured or semi-structured information, completely structured information. So, but these three things are the common. We need to cross verify. Other than that, what happen if we are not doing those data validation, basic checks? If you're not doing those data type checks or filtration of the data and the number of columns, maybe the data table will be get increased, the size of it. Or maybe if you are trying to use undetected or else unselected data type, means we will get a wrong visualizations. These are all the reasons. That's the reason we'll just try to cross verify these three objectives whenever you can try to import. Though it is a structured data, just try to cross verify. Let me import these files, these three tables. So we know how to get it extract. Those are all three CSV, comma separated values. Try to select CSV. Redirect or else give a path to that. All three files. So just a quick question. Can we extract all three together in one time? So instead of extracting one by one, can we do it these three CSV files in one go?
Yes, we can do it by folder.
But here the option. Okay, but here the movies ratings user, three are different data, number of columns are different, right? What is the use of it if you are using the folder, right? Understood?
Yeah,
It should be same file format.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're following the same data set, like a same file format, yes, I agree with you. We can use the folder extraction. But here the movies have multiple columns, more number of columns. Ratings, we have different number of columns. User, we have less number of columns. We are not following some standard file format standard, like a column headers on each and every table. So in such a scenario, you can use one by one file. If you're following the same standard of each and every CSV, yes, I agree with you. We can follow with another way of extraction, that is folder. So let's try to extract one by one. Movies first. Extract it, connect to this file. So whenever you are trying to extract CSV kind of an approach, CSV extraction, you can see the file origin type, Windows. And what is the byte delimiter? It's a by default delimiter is a comma separator. And the data type detection is based on first 200 records. So maybe we want to detect the data on complete data set. Yes, we can define the complete or entire data set too. But by default, data type detection is first 200 records wise. And one more approach is extract table using example. So what the meaning here? Maybe I have multiple columns are there in this particular CSV. I want to define my own table with a customized table, own table in the sense custom table. In such a scenario, you can use this extract table using examples too. This experience, extract table using examples, you can see while extracting the data from CSV. Another one is even when you're trying to extract the data from a web browser, like a website extraction, you can see this additional functionality, extract table using example. That means you can create your custom table like a movies, try to provide one or two suggestions to the editor, it will be get detected. Try to create one more column. Maybe if you are looking for movies names, you have to provide one or two examples to the engine, query engine. So remaining records will be automatically detected by your query engine. So this is an extract table by seeing the above example, current example. So this feature is also available only for two source systems, that is CSV file source systems. Another one is a website extraction. Just keep in mind, maybe it will be helpful on interviews part. Movies. Select OK. This is the first table which you are currently observing: movies, movie ID, movie name, year, genre. So I'll just try to ask you a few questions too. So for each and every column, you are currently observing something like a validity, error information, and so on. What is this stands for? Any idea? Because these are all important. While maybe if you are interested
Column
to attempt for
distribution.
column.
It shows the cleanse, the data quality.
Yes, exactly. So the technical name here is the quality check. So for each and every column in this table, the quality of the data is named as an data statistics part, column quality checks. So for each and every column, based on that 2000 records only, top 1000 records wise, the column quality check has been defined. So what about other records? Other records automatically, it's a randomly organized. Maybe if there is any error information or any blank information, automatically will be get detected here on this particular columns. So for each and every column, we will call it as a column quality. This feature, this particular functionality, we can get it enabled from this column quality check. And still, if you want to see the deep down analysis of each and every column, like how many distinct are there, how many unique, that means without any repetition of the data, how many distribution of list, we have to turn it on. Like if you want to see, as I said, right? So this particular movie names column, 739 distinct and 533 without any repeated information we have. So that is the meaning there, distribution list. So for each and every column, if you're observing this specific distinct and unique, that is nothing but once you turn on this column distribution, we can see this functionality. So these are all important in the while you are trying to attempt for the PL300 certification, we'll definitely get a question there also. And still you want to do a very deep down analysis in detail included with the column quality and column distribution. In such a scenario, we can try to turn on this feature, column profile, which you can see the column statistics part, both the column quality and column distribution representation, along with very detailed max, min, lowest value, highest value insights too. This is a very deep down analysis of by enabling this column profile. So you can see this information for each and every column too. Once you can select it, you have to select it, and you can see the information of column statistics information, complete data information, how it has been get it. Deep down analysis of lowest value, highest value, along with the average information and so on. This will be helpful while we're doing the advanced statistics on connected tables. So just try to check it on this, statistics part. So basically what I will do in this sense personal, I will just try to turn on this column quality. Basic checks, I will just try to cross verify for each and every column. Fine, let's try to extract another table. CSV ratings. Ratings table, if you're observing the user IDs, movie ID ratings, and timestamp, this is what in this particular table, we just try to convert to an date and time. Currently, it is in the form of a second. We have to get convert to an date and time when the user has been given the rating at particular time, date and time representation. And coming to the last table, let's try to extract it. Users table. Connect to this. So simple only, users table, user ID is there, and we'll perform few basic data transformation here, like gender based. Age is fine here, and zip code, occupation. So type of occupation by each and every user. Some people will be specified, some people will be not specified, like what is their role, like a college graduates or executives or program managers or technicians or writers and so on. That particular details, occupation details has been captured in this user table. Fine, let's try to do in the real time also, just try to do these analysis before doing the data modeling, and then building the visualizations. Okay. Hope everyone extracted these 3 files. Yes?
Yes, Rajendra.
Okay. How did you get the statistic page? Which statistic page you are asking? Statistic page. You can unmute yourself. You can let me know. Statistic page.
After column distribution, you explain some statistics page,
Here,
right?
here, views tab, column quality here. This is the one. By default, it is turned off. You have to enable this column quality. Okay.
Because if you don't click the column quality, it will display the null values or not.
You have to identify via this color. Sea green color is there, right? You have to place it, your cursor. You just have to observe here. If you haven't enabled that column quality, by observing this standard, the color sea green color, on over here, we can identify whether the quality check, what is the validity, error information, or empty records percentage. Got it?
For example, null values is there. So we didn't click the column column quality.
Currently there is no null value. Suppose if there is any null value means, so you can see something like a black color. So we can easily identify it. We can see it. Yeah. So maybe example, I'll just try to check it. Okay, move is table itself. Give me a minute. See here, maybe in the journal part, I'm removing some records. Save it. Some blank is there. Refresh. Here we can refresh it. We don't need to re-extract it again. Just try to refresh it. See here, maybe the record count is not matched. So you can see here the blank information. Currently it has been not detected. Basically, it will be get detected the null information too with the form of a blank or a black color, the color segregation part. Okay, easily we can identify it. Try to extract it and let me know. We have to perform few transformations here, and then we'll work on the data modeling part too. Hope everyone extracted, right? The data sets.
Yes.
Fine, good. Few transformations we'll try to incorporate. So if you're observing, movie ID is there, movie names, here they are giving genre based. We'll try to perform few transformations as I said. Movie underscore name column, if you're observing, kya something, okay, Hindi movie name. We need to bring this after the comma delimiter, this word to the starting. Like that, we have some information like kul, okay, after the comma separator. We need to bring, basically, we got this data set, which is structured, but the movie name, it has to get start with after the comma delimiter. That means kul tum sapne ka, that is the movie name, integer. How we are going to bring that after the comma delimiter, that particular text or sentence to the starting of this movie name. So we need to give a proper movie name, right? But we got this data after with the comma separator, comma delimiter, which is going to be the prefix to this movie, prefix. How we are going to bring this? So this analysis we will do it here. So any guess here? How can we bring that last text or comma delimiter next to the comma delimiter value to the starting of this movie, prefix of this movie name? Any idea here?
We can
First we can
based on
split,
the
then we can
delimiter
split
and then
the two
merge
tables.
Maybe one person, please. One person at a time.
You
How
can
can
use
based on the
split function.
delimiter. We
Okay.
can split the names
You can use
and
the
then we can merge
delimiters.
back.
Okay.
Yeah.
That means you
can
are
merge
saying the
back
split columns, a delimiter you
by
are asking me to
delimiter.
use. Okay.
Correct.
Split columns,
Then
delimiter, and comma separator. Though, if I'm doing that, it is going to become a more number of steps, right? Please mute here. If I'm doing the split columns, okay, split columns by using a comma delimiter, comma is the delimiter. After that, again, I have to combine it. I have to combine with movie underscore name dot to the movie. It's going to the multiple steps. Am I correct? It's going to the many steps here, right?
correct.
So we have to reduce that too. We no need to increase the data transformation steps here, which is going to impact my performance. we have to think about the performance too. So with one single step, is there any option to perform this activity?
Custom
Do
column
it
we
from
can
column, for
paste.
example.
From example.
Nice. So we can use it from the column from example from selection based. So maybe wherever there is textual vote, the after the delimiter something, just try to enter it. Maybe this is the starting vote. Try to provide manually 1 or 2 entries. We have to provide it as is. So without any spell mistake, we have to provide as is mission key. Enter. Sapna say. See here, automatically it's trying to detect. Try to cross verify whether it is coming for other data or not. Just try to cross check 1 or 2 records. Let's try to check it. It's coming, right? So it is.
No, for 17 one, it's not correct.
Correct. Which one? 17th.
Maybe 17th, yeah. It's showing down.
Yeah, 1 second. Let's try to enter it. Just try to cross check, okay? Enter. That's it, maybe. And backend automatically, we are not working. Okay, we are just trying to give what we are expecting. Backend automatically, it is trying to detect the formula. So if you want to write this formula, it will take some time. We have to Google it or we have to check something. But here, what Power Query Engine is doing, after providing 1 or 2 suggestions to the Power Query Engine, it is trying to detect what we are looking for. It's trying to define the backend function too. List.reverse is one of the M function. M functions are case sensitive. So it's trying to define this, the data splitter with the delimiter comma separator and trying to incorporate almost as expected. So this is the function, the backend function. We haven't written this function by using custom column. It's trying to define on its own. So just try to select it and rename this particular custom column to movie name.
Rajendra, there is still mistake is there.
Where?
Yeah, we could see some.
In line number 18, 19, it's
second.
not joined the words after
Okay. Then maybe we have to give some, I mean, like that, we have to cross verify 1 or 2 space. We have to provide it. Just try to check it. So here, while writing here, see here, we have to adjust this formula or else maybe just try to give some space to that 1 or 2 examples and then we can decide it. Okay, just we will follow this one. Space, we have to provide it. Just try to provide the space for these 2 records. Any other missing? Let me check. Let me go through it. 1 second. Yeah, here also maybe we have to provide some space. I have forget to space. So here we have 2 delimiters. One is the comma separator wise. We have to segregate the information. Another one is we have to provide the space is the delimiter for some of the textual information after the comma delimiter. Just try to check it. Try to provide the space. Okay, for temporary being. After this part is clear to you, how we try to do it. The simple transformations. I'm not focusing on writing the custom functions too. Up to this part is clear?
One more multiple delimits here.
Sorry, multiple? That's what
Delimiters.
multiple delimiters are there in the sense we just have to cross verify. When you are working with column from examples, we are currently working with the column from examples. Now, if you want to write the M function in the sense, we can make use of this custom column function. We need to write the list.reverse function, M function, and just try to segregate those columns here, like a comma separator as well as space separator individually. So this works. Okay. Clear? Any questions?
I believe this from example option is beneficial when you have a small data set, right?
Small only. Yes, not for bigger data set with multiple delimiters. Like example, currently I have 2 delimiters here. Comma is there and is also space separator after the comma. So 2 delimiters are there. So it will not work out for multiple delimiters wise with bigger data sets. Okay.
Even if you have small data set, I mean, even if you have small number of delimiters, then also, I mean, if it is a big data set, okay, then it is very difficult to find out, okay, where and what.
Find out. Yes. Only with 1,000 record basis, right? Maybe after some time, right? Just now we have identified the 20th record, 18th record. It's not identified it properly. So in such a scenario, we have to write, my suggestion is, instead of using this column from example, just try to work with the custom function itself, custom column function.
Right.
Okay, fine. Don't spend more time, because just we have added the last after the comma separated to the at the start, or the last delimiter, the prefix. No need to worry about it. This is the movie name list. That's fine. These are all older movies included with new movies only in Hindi movies. Just try to find as of now. Fine. Let's move on to the second table. If the movies table is clear, we will go to the second table, movie ratings table. Shall we move on to the second table?
Yes.
I think provide data set not having that data, like comma separated data.
Then
Yeah,
fine.
we got
Maybe
clean data.
you got
Yeah,
without the comma
we have
delimiter. Okay.
yes,
Then
even
no
I have
problem.
got the clean data.
Okay, then fine. Then no issues. Just that's what just I have added before the session. Okay, no problem. Okay, just I have added how can we use this kind of a functionalities. What is our approach? What is our take? I just added here just before our session. Clear? Fine then. Moving on to the second table, ratings table. So here we have user ID, movie ID, ratings, and timestamp. So our requirement on this ratings table is we need to convert this timestamp to the user date and time, when the user has been rated for this movie. Okay, that particular movie at what time, date and time. So we got it in the form of seconds, this particular timestamp column, seconds wise. So how can we convert this timestamps to a date and time? Any guess? Just to guess. Can we directly change this timestamp to the date and time? Will it work out?
No, it's not working.
I'm giving some
No.
suggestions also.
No, it's not working.
Change it to text and then
You want me
you
to
can change
convert
it
to
to
the
date and time.
text? Good.
Text first
Okay,
and then
text first. Maybe I will add it as a new step. Now, can I convert to the date and time, right? Okay,
that's
let me
correct.
convert.
Yeah.
Let me convert to it. Error is coming. It's not detected. Okay,
We need to
it's
transfer.
not parsing
Use
the,
local,
even though
use
you are converting the use.
local.
Using locally will also not work out. So basically they have provided the timestamp in seconds, right? So what we have to define is we have to take a custom column. We are going to define the date time. So as per the assumption, I'm going to consider from 1990, 1972 till date. What I will do in the sense, please observe here, this is very, very important. This is what the data set timestamp in the number. We need to get converted to an date and time. So how I am going to do it? This is very, very important. If you're getting the timestamp in the conversion, timestamp in seconds to the date and time, you have to make use of a custom column, not directly to a date and time or conversion from text to the date and time. We have to use a new custom column. Here, I'm going to write small m function, that is conversion of the date and time. Trying to write, I will provide the formula at the chat. Okay, no need to worry about it. Hash stands for reference. We are trying to take it as a reference. Hash is the reference. Date time is the m function. Open the bracket. I'm assuming from 1970 onwards, 1970, comma. One date I'm taking it as a reference. 1, comma. That means month, comma, day, comma. We're expecting the hours, right? Like hours, minutes, and seconds too, like a timestamp as well. Try to provide 0 hours, minutes, seconds. Close the bracket. Plus, we are looking for the duration as well. So try to provide hash reference duration. Open it. Open the bracket again. 0 hours, minutes, seconds. Try to call, don't add one more 0. Try to call your column, that is the timestamp column, which is in the form of seconds. Close the bracket. Rename this particular new column as date time. So again, re-explaining this formula, custom formula. I'm taking the reference here, date and time conversion is my m function. 1970, I'm just taking it as a reference, date representation, 1970, comma, year, month, day, hours, minutes, seconds, plus I need to include it with the duration. So I'm using hash again, hash transfer reference, hours, minutes, seconds, comma, timestamp. So whatever the column we have, I'm just trying to include at the last after the seconds timestamp. Select OK. And now we can try to convert this particular ABC123 data type to the date and time data type. So in this way, we can try to convert from timestamp seconds to the date and time. So please try to use this formula in the chat box for you. Okay. Everyone, is this column is required now? You have to tell me, is this column is required to do further analysis for us?
No.
Not needed.
So whenever the unwanted columns are available, without any second thought, just try to remove it so that the performance of your activities, the performance of your data activities will be get improves. We can see the report runtime very faster. So unwanted column, just try to remove it. And make sure that each and every column is supporting within proper data type conversion. Just try to cross verify your data types too. Okay.
Rajendra, I'm getting the time in 24 hours format and the not date in that slash form.
You are not getting the date and time?
I'm getting time, but it's in 24 hours form. But you're getting in 12 hours form though. So use same formula.
Yes, same form. I mean, maybe just try to cross verify your regional settings. Okay. I'm using a 12 hours format. Just try to cross check. Okay. The regional settings you have to need to modify.
Please send me that formula.
I already posted the formula in the chat, right? Okay, let me post it. Sorry, I haven't.
Not
Sorry.
received.
Okay, okay. Sorry for that. Sorry. Yeah, I just now posted. Please check.
Thank you.
How this flow is? The flow is okay to you, or else maybe Rajendra, you're moving faster, which I'm not able to understand. What is your take? Flow is fine?
No, it's fine.
Yeah, fine.
Rajendra.
Okay, thank you. Once this is done, we'll move to the last table. Simple only, small modifications, and then we'll go to the Power BI desktop level. If everyone ready, we'll move to the last users table.
Yes.
Fine, thank you. So last table, user information, we are going to hold like user ID based, gender, age factor. So partially they have filled it like maybe randomly 1 year, 18 years, 25, 35, 45, 50, 56. So we need to adjust. I'm not doing that activity in Power Query Editor. I will do it this activity, this age factor grouping it Power BI desktop level using DAX object. I will showcase that part also. So here on this users table, just try to give a proper understandable naming convention for the M and F. M stands for male, F stands for female. Just try to replace it. We know this one. Male. And can someone please help me this transformation, right, which I'm currently doing, replace. Can we do this transformation in one single shot? With one transformation, one single shot in the sense, one single transformation. Is that possible? Because I'm doing the replace 2 times. Replace
Copy.
1, replace 2.
Copy from sample, example.
Which one? Sorry?
Copy from.
Go.
We can use conditional column.
Column from examples.
Conditional column logic we use.
Yeah, this one is fine. This is good. Add conditional column is one step. We can complete it. We can add a new column. I mean, it will be get generated as a new column. With one single transformation, it can perform instead of performing the 2 replace value transformation. So why you are discussing this in the sense, why 2 times? What is the reason? Is there any impact? Means yes, there is
You don't need
impact
to add new
because
columns, so that's why.
yes. So the thing is, it has to read the row by row steps. Okay, each and every transformation steps to add the new data. So in the Power Query Editor, the transformation has to read it, and even the Power BI desktop level has to read the record by record row by row wise. The data has to read and try to project the value. So that's the reason. Try to minimize the number of transformations. Power Query Editor. That is my concern. Okay.
Rajendra, I have one doubt.
Tell me.
Whenever we refresh the data, every step it got executed in the supplied steps.
So if you are doing some changes, means definitely it has to execute it. It has to get it refreshed before moving on to the Power BI desktop level.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So that's why try to minimize the steps here in the Power Query editor itself. Minimize it in the sense, reduce it, and try to bring the maximum utilization or maximum functionality it by using this, writing the custom functions, or try to find some alternative to provide this. Because once it is done, then only the record it has to be get read in the Power BI desktop level. So Power BI desktop level, why it is going to read again in the sense, so the values, right, whatever the values you are going to use it on the visual tab, visualization reporting level, to generate the new values, it has to read row by row, maybe based on some filter conditions you are applying, or you are trying to do some advanced like business logics. If you are using those things, has to get read again. That's why just try to minimize the efforts, just try to reduce the number of transformation here, try to find some good transformations. Okay, fine. Then if you are ready, we'll move on to the Power BI desktop level to build the data modeling activities. Shall we move on to the Power BI desktop?
Yes.
Sorry,
Rajendra.
Yes,
timestamp is giving me error.
What error? What is the error?
The OK button is not showing after I
Maybe the
enter.
formula, just try to check the formula, please. If
Yeah,
you
I
are not
just
seeing
copy
the,
pasted.
you just copy pasted. Now you just try to cross verify hash date and time, year, comma, maybe the bracket, maybe if you are missing, just try to check it. If you are not closing, means there is no OK button.
Oh.
Just try to check the brackets also, both of the end. Okay. Just post the chart. Okay. I mean, give me the snapshot in the chat box so that I can look over.
Sure.
Rajendra,
Yes, tell me.
actually, when I see the gender column, I'm getting only one selection, male, and I'm getting error that list may be incomplete.
Where both are there, right? Female and male.
For me also only male issue.
Why
For
so?
me also.
For you also
For
only
me
male.
also it is showing only male.
Yes,
Male. Maybe that is a partial data then.
Yeah.
If you click,
we need to
click
click
on
on
more, it will come. It will come.
You are not selecting this?
Load more.
Load more?
Click on more. Yes.
You are not
Yeah.
selecting the
Load
load
more
more?
should be, yeah.
Just
Yeah,
try to check it.
it's getting loaded
Still
when
one
we click
category
load more.
only. Still.
Yeah, but when we click OK again and again go to the drop down.
No problem. Just wait. Just wait. No problem. Just no issues. Just try to check the total number of records also in query editor. Okay, we know. See here. Users table, total number of records in my users table, we have 6040. Just try to cross check how many records are there. Is the 6040 or something different? Partial data. How many records? Whoever observing only one particular category male, just try to check the record count. You are able to see 640, 6040? Yes, no?
Yes.
Okay, then no issues. So maybe you are not using the load more option. Just try to close and apply. On data preview part, data level, table view part, you can see both categories. Use the cloud and apply so that the new changes, whatever the changes you have done on these data sets, it will get replicated and await visible to you on Power BI desktop. Use close and apply. It will take some time. Ratings table, users table, we have some data. So in the meantime, if you have any other queries, please let me know. I'm okay to help.
So Rajendra, so for gender, we use a like conditional column, right, to replace values at a time. Is there any other option?
Other than the replace conditional column, what is there? Maybe. Is there any other approach? I know these two. Maybe any other thing means I will. Only two. Yeah.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
But we have to minimize. That's it. That's the main motto here. Instead of using 2 times replace value with one transformation, it is okay. But is conditional column. And navigate to the table view. Just try to cross verify each and every data. No need to build the data visualizations directly. Whenever after data cleanup activities, don't build the visualization, navigate here, try to build it. Directly navigate to the table view. Again, thoroughly analyze the data sets, each and every data sets, how it has been defined with number of records. My first table, movies table, holding with the 4,000 records. Second table with 1 million record. Third table with users table with 6,040 records. Just try to check it. Now you can just try to go through male and female categories reflected with 2 categories. This particular gender column with 2 or not. Cross verify it. Can you please check above screenshot? Which one, please? Above. You haven't provided Sharma. Can you please provide the snapshot to me again? Ready?
How to check the column count here?
Sorry. How to check the column count at Power Query Editor?
Yeah.
There is a transformation in transformation tab. Transformation here at the transformation tab. Click on this, count rows.
Not here, just like in PowerPoint.
Sorry. In Power?
That front.
We are in the Power Query Editor. And in Power BI Desktop, we already have the count, right? Down corner, we can see the count here, left-hand side, 6,040. Here, you're observing 6,040. 1 million and 4,000 records here. Got it?
Yeah, I would say.
Okay. So he's getting an error. So I don't know, maybe if you can have an access to share the screen and the date format. See here, you're following the date format with 11/5/2025, Indian format, Indian date and time format. That's the reason. So just try to change the locally. Okay, I'm currently following the United States, English United States locally. So currently this is an Indian style locally. Regional settings is 11/5/2025 is the Indian standard locally. Just try to cross check here at your end. See here.
Timestamp to number you have to keep.
Number only. Number only. I'm using the number date format. Number
there
format.
It is, text, I think, in his
See
screenshot.
here. Is it? See here. Timestamp is 123. Don't convert it. Okay. Don't convert from the text to date and time. This one as is number. Make sure that this is as is number. Still, if you're getting an error information, just try to check your regional settings. Currently, I'm using English United States in my personal laptop. And also, you have to just go through here, options and settings, options. Regional settings are there in this application. Which regional settings we are using? Make sure that your Power BI application and your laptop regional settings should be matched. See here, regional settings for English United States in my Power BI. And even this particular my mission regional settings, it should be matched. Otherwise, there is a compatibility issues. So just try to check it this part too. Okay, here, English United States. Maybe if you are using English India, just try to change English India in Power BI application. That's it. You can get the right timestamp. Okay. Hope it helpful. Maybe let me know after the session, I can help you. Okay, no issues. Fine. Next activity is after the data check at the data tab, but previously we are calling it as a data view, data tab. Now the name has been changed to the table view. Move on to the last view, model view. Just try to cross verify whether the relationship has been get detected or not. So basically, whenever you're trying to load multiple tables, right, automatically it will try to detect the relationship. We have that functionality, which is an inbuilt. By default, this functionality is enabled. You can see here, options and settings, options. If you're working with larger models like multiple tables, my suggestion is try to disable it. Okay, this particular, where it is, 1 second, data load, auto detect a new relationship. If you're working with many tables, right, just try to turn this off. Don't add it because we don't know how the relationship has been between one to another. If we are working with multiple tables, like example, in real time, we will work with 15 to 20 tables. In such a scenario, it's difficult to identify which table is get connecting with another table. So try to remove it and try to build the relationships on your own. That is my suggestion. Though it will take some time, no issues. If you are using auto detection, means it will try to detect even the solid active relationship, inactive relationships as well. We will get confused there. So just try to check it when you are working on real projects. Okay. Fine. Let me enable it. Currently, it is a small only 3 files, 3 CSV files. Now, please observe here, ratings is my table, which is in the center. User is another table with 1. Movies with another table, which is connected to the ratings. Now, as per your observation, what kind of a model it is? Is that a
Star
star?
schema.
Or what is a star schema then? Star schema is something like center, we have a fact table surrounded by dimensions. So here, user
Not
table
just
and movies
multiple.
table. Correct. Here, user and movies table are dimensions. Ratings is our fact table, because though we have some metrics there, ratings, movie IDs, but here it's considered ratings is our fact table. So other than this schema type, we have one more type. Suppose if you are having a subcategory, like additional table from dimension table, split off information from existing dimension table, and the sub-dimension table is not directly connecting or interacting with the fact table. Such schemas, we are going to call it as a snowflake schemas. So try to optimize it via the query editor itself by using some joins, by using some merge activities. Try to build a star schema, try to get it in the form of a star schema. That is my suggestion as per the performance and sustainability prospect. If not, try to do it, try to build the data modeling activities with the available, whatever the schema it has been defined. Snowflake schema is also fine. Just try to cross verify how the records are reading. Because if it is a hierarchy, means if there is a chance to combine it with the main dimension table, try to do it at the Power Query editor level. If not, just try to bring those tables also here, try to build the relationships. That's what my suggestion. Fine. So few questions. Between two tables, how many active relationships we can build it? 1, 2, 4, many.
One.
Maybe if we want to build one more relationship.
Active relationship 1, inactive relationship more than 1.
Okay, suppose if we want to bring one more relationship here, how should we accommodate? How should we bring it? One more relationship means how we are going to bring it?
Using DAX, user relationship,
User relationship function wise, you can bring some analysis. That is one DAX function, which will be help us to bring the inactive relationship. We can easily identify in the form of a dotted lines. So maybe if you want to see the metrics, data values based on some inactive connection, we can use a DAX function, DAX objectives like DAX functions like user relationship function. That's good. Fine. And few questions at the Power Query editor level. Suppose if you are doing some joins, merging activities, any guess what is the default join there?
Left out.
So totally we have 6 types of joins, but by default join is the left outer join. So based on that, the selection of the tables, we can do the by default join left outer and try to combine those tables and try to add the new columns horizontally. So if you are using merge queries, the new columns will be get joined horizontally. The new columns will be get adopted in the form of horizontally. Suppose if you are combining two tables, if the table structure is same, the data will be get joined vertically. That is by using append transformation, append queries. Just try to keep in mind, append is an vertical join. Vertically, the data will be get joined. Merge is going to join the data horizontally. Just keep in mind, this is just an interest part. It will be helpful to you. So that's why I'm just bringing it to you. Fine. If everyone ready, we'll start working with few DAX functions. We'll start working with this, and also the report preparation part. So few business queries, which I'm going to read it, try to prepare total number of movies list and so on. We'll try to build the data visualizations too. Okay, fine. So whenever if you're working, just try to cross-verify whether the date table is available or not in our data model. Currently, there is no date table. Only movies table is there, ratings table, users table. But we need to build a date table by taking the reference of which table by using the ratings table. So can someone please help me here? I want to create a separate table by taking the reference of this date. Is there any approach? Any objective we can use it?
View table.
Calendar.
Using DAX, we can create date table.
Use the calendar option.
First date
and last date.
Somebody saying directly the formula itself.
Calendar
Nice.
auto we can use.
What is the disadvantage of using calendar auto? I need it.
It will take the previous
Disadvantage.
disadvantage. Yes, it will take the last date, means from the whole data model, which will be the last date till current date.
Good. Other than that, if you are using the calendar auto function, please keep in mind, just a tip here. If you're working with the calendar auto function, maybe as of now, 3 tables, okay, that is fine. Suppose if you have many tables, more than 30, and each and every table is maintaining some calendar field, that means date and time field, it's going to scan it. Calendar auto is going to scan and try to pick the last table, lowest date and the highest date. That's one more disadvantage. Please keep in mind while working with the calendar auto function. Other than that, we have one more DAX function name called calendar function. So we can use the calendar function with the static or referenced table wise. We can define the calendar table. So here I'm going to take the calendar is the DAX function. I will try to define it based on the reference table, ratings table, date column. Try to define the new date table by using the new table here, or calculated table also we will call it. Date, giving the name as a date, is equal to. So as I said, two ways, calendar auto is there, calendar. So I'm going to use the calendar function. As I said, my suggestion is we can go with this as per the performance perspective. Calendar, I will use, you can start with the date of something like that, but I will just try to consider min function here because I want to use the MINX from the ratings table date column. So whenever if you are using X stands for the complete table loop. So iterator function, we are going to call it. X stands for iterators. So min is going to support only the columns. If you have to get start with a particular column, min X stands for iterator function. So here we can call the table also. So ratings table, rating column, that is date and time. Close the bracket, comma, and max X. So try to call this again, same table, ratings column, ratings table. So see here, ratings table I have picked, and expression part, don't call again rating. Okay, you need a proper right column, right? That is date and time. Try to call the column name directly so that you will get less number of suggestions. This is one more tip to you. So instead of directly calling the rating, you can see these many suggestions. Suppose as of now, 4 to 5 columns, but in real time, while working with the projects, we will see more than 30 columns, 50 columns. We have to use this option to select that particular column. Don't use this one. Try to call directly the column name. Okay, that is date and time, so that you will get less number of suggestions with table. Close the bracket and validate it. So this is going to define the date and time. So you can see the date, date column here from the date table. So you can see an icon date with a calculator. This is nothing but a calculator table, and this is the date table, date column here on this particular table. Fine, let's try to give the connection also to this, to your model. So date, try to give a connection to this ratings table, date and time to the date. So it's a many to one relationship, many to one. Cross filter direction is single. So any guess what is this cross filter direction? One person at a time, only one, anybody. Just raise your hand so that I can unmute also fine.
Filtering the data from many to one.
Many side to the one side. So by default, the data will be get filtered from many side is on the ratings table, and I can see the data filtration on the one side only. That is the meaning of cross filter direction. Suppose if you want to filter the data from date table date column to the rating. If you're using the cross filter direction, it will not work out. Okay, you cannot filter from ratings table to ratings table to date table if you want to filter the data. In such a scenario, you can change the cross filter direction from single to the both, or we have a DAX function. We can use the DAX function cross filter also. That is also fine. My suggestion is, instead of using this, changing the cross filter direction from single to the both, try to create a DAX function that is cross filter function. That is beneficial. Okay, fine. Hope everyone give the connection to this date table to the ratings table. Yes?
Rajendra, what is the problem? I mean, if we use the min function and max function, why did you use that?
I just used it to pick the lowest and highest date. Nothing more than that. You can directly call the date table, date column itself. Not a problem.
Yeah, so we can use the min function and max function also, right? I mean, we don't need to use the iterator.
For additional example, I just showcase to you the ratings. We have the ratings. We can call the directly table by using iterator function. That's the reason. You can call it. You can just try it with the min function also. Fine, no issues. Okay.
So this what cross filter function will do?
Which one?
Cross filter.
Cross filter by default, as I said, right? The data pass should be from date table to the ratings table. But maybe if my user want to filter the data from ratings to the date, it will not get filter. So that's the reason. One option is we can change the cross filter direction from here to single to the both, or we can use the DAX function, cross filter function. My suggestion is, as I said, cross filter is the best approach. Okay.
Rajendra, I have one small doubt.
Tell me.
Hello?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, the same way we can do it in Power Query editor also, right? So using the blank query and all.
You can define it. Date table, right? Date table.
Yeah, date diff.
You can define it.
Okay. So
There
is
is a
there any
separate
difference
code.
doing
Still advanced feature is, if you can ask me, so why you are defining the date table via DAX query? My sincere suggestion is, if you have a Power Query editor script for the date table, you can go ahead. No issues. That is the best process to define the date table. So second approach is, which I have defined currently by using DAX objectives like a calculated table, I have defined a date table. So this is going to read the data from this and pick the date table here. But if you are defining the date table at Power Query editor, it is a one-time read so that you can always see the latest data from Power Query editor to the Power BI desktop. That is my suggestion. As per the performance prospect. Defining the date table at Power Query editor is the advantage, more advantage. Okay.
Okay.
Rajendra?
Tell me. Yeah.
Yes, I have one doubt. While writing this DAX, after rating date time, I am getting one more dot date and some more options over there.
What you are getting? Comma after this comma?
No, yes. Means before closing this bracket, yes.
False, a true or false variant, like
No.
binary. Okay.
I am getting that options, I'll tell you.
Give me the snapshot, please. Okay.
Yeah.
Rajendra, he's saying that there is an option after defining the date column, date dot month, date
So
dot
it is
year.
not a dot actually. See here, I'm using comma separator, right? Okay, date dot timestamp, right? You are getting the maybe the year.
Yes.
Oh, that is fine. That is nothing but maybe if you want to get it end with the year means we can use the year, or month means month, day means day. We can get it configure accordingly, the date and time, because by default it will become the hierarchy of the day. Like a hierarchy will be start from the year, quarter, month, and day. So we can try to define the functionality too. After this dot, we can see those hierarchical approaches as well. Maybe if you want to define it particular with the date, we can define it, or else just to skip that one. Not a problem. Okay.
So it's not compulsory that every time.
No. That's why my sincere suggestion is, if you are working with the performance related projects, try to avoid this date table creation by using DAX. You can create it in the Power Query editor itself by using some blank query. Okay. This is just for your awareness how to define it via iterated functions. We can also define it from the min function too. You can also define the static date start time and end time too, start and end. So just for your awareness, I just added the X functions here. We have that functions too. Okay.
Rajendra, I'm getting one issues like after writing the calendar formula, I'm getting
one second. Let me provide this formula in the chat so that it is easy for you.
Yeah, just a second.
Just try this one.
Sir, and your answer is valid for any kind of transformation, right? Like if things can be done through DAX or by M language, you would prefer it to be done by M language rather
language
than
only. M language only. Yes,
okay,
exactly.
Okay.
Okay. Shall we start further? If
Rajendra,
everyone ready?
Rajendra.
Yes. One second. Yeah.
Sorry,
Yes.
I missed that. I'm getting a 000 option in after a date format.
Where you're getting?
Here, that is a 25/4/2000, and after that 0000. Like you are getting 12 AM, right? Option. So I'm
Just try
getting
to check your date and time also. And maybe if it is still is an issue in the sense, because you have to go through the Power Query editor, how you define that year, hours, minutes, and seconds in the add custom column part. Just try to cross verify that too. Okay, if you're getting 000. Okay.
Okay.
At Power Query editor,
is good only.
we have it's good. It's defined with the proper date and time.
Yeah.
Just try to check here. Okay, then you just try to cross verify. Date and time, how it looks like. Is that date and time format with the format, current format? Cross verify this. After that, just try to cross verify here, date and time also, the date format, data types too. Okay.
Okay.
Fine. So if everyone
Rajendra,
ready, yes, please.
Can you show me how to interlink that new table?
New table. So what I did, ratings table, I just connected to the date and time to the date and time data types. And also one more thing, it's again one more tip to remember. When you are working with the modeling part, just try to cross verify the data types also. Date and time data type should be matched from the date table date column. Use a ratings table date and time data type. So see here, date and time is the date and time data type. Just try to cross check. This is very, very important while working with the model. If it is something different, maybe instead of date and time to the date, if you are working with a time related functionalities or time related visuals, it will not give the right result. Okay, just try to go through and cross verify. That is very, very important. Cross check your model and also the data types, the connection between the two tables on that particular column should be matched. Data type should be matched. Okay, which is very, very important. Fine. Shall we start with the data visualizations?
Is there a specific use case for DAX compared to M language? Like is there a place where we should not use M language and we should only go for DAX because both options are available, right?
Correct. I mean, as per the defined functionality, wherever, I mean, any person has to have some experience at the Power Query editor. Some people will do that activities at the Power BI desktop level by using DAX functions too. Maybe if you want a specific document, we have from the Microsoft itself, we have the specific learning document out there, the Power Query editor part, detailed document. How can we perform these activities and so on? I can share it with you later too. Okay, but my suggestion is most of the transformations try to incorporate at the Power Query editor level. Even the date table, which I have showcased to you, for awareness, we have this particular way to define the date table. By sincere solution is we can define the date table at Power Query editor. That's it. Okay. Fine. Let's start with the data visualizations. So first question should be something like, as per the data analysis. So it says a movie-based company, right? It's a movie-based company where the business user, they want to analyze the total number of movies that has been launched or released, and they want to see how many genre of movies has been released and what are the total number as per the date and time. So the total number of users also they want to see as a key metrics, key performance indicator. So in such a scenario, we got a requirement and we already extracted few of the set of tables. And we need to build the data visualizations based on the connected tables. Like the first query, the business query should be something like, we need to identify the total number of movies. So can someone please help me? How can we get, or else what is the number of movies here? Total number of movies here by observing this data set.
Distinct count.
That is fine. By observing this particular table, can we see the total number of movies?
Down
Yes, yes,
4,000.
Down 4,000.
4,000.
So in real time also, whenever you are doing some data validations, there is no specific tool for us. Whatever the data you have already imported to your application, you can do this advanced or else a query editor level, these data validations too. So here 4,000 records total, the movies list. So try to get the same number on the Power BI desktop level report view. So we can define it directly, kind of a simple drag and drop, and try to convert this by default chart, because it's a text, to a card visualization. And this is the number. So is there any other approach to get the same number? Any other way?
We can use count rows.
That's count rows is fine. By using any objective, like a DAX
You
related.
could do a measure.
Yeah, we can use the DAX.
Yeah, we can
Is that
use DAX.
DAX? Okay. Which one is the better approach? Is that drag and drop this particular movie ID, or using the measure? Which one is the best approach?
Using the measure.
The measure.
Because we can use them multiple times, right?
Exactly. Super. So using the measure will give you more advantage instead of drag and drop this particular movie ID column from movies table. Why? Why, you can ask me. So why it is better in the sense, so backend, as I already discussed, backend, we are not seeing the directly how it has to read, in the sense it has to read by row. Though the result is popping up immediately, to generate the latest or else a new record, it has to read by row and try to generate this 4,000 total number of movies. Suppose if you are using the measure, the new measure, which is an explicit measure, the technical name, explicit measure, this particular measures will be stores the value in the form of a cache values. So if you are defining via measure, it's not going to visible to you on the data level. If you want to view this particular new measure wise defined logics, you can view it via report view only. You can just try to drag and drop. That's it. See here how I'm going to get the same number. Click on this new measure, giving the name as measure name as, I will provide the formulas in the chart. Total movies is equal to, so you can use the count function here. Count, or somebody said count rows also. Count rows is for complete table level. Count is for the specific particular column level logic. So see here, the syntax to column count name, count column name. So that is nothing but movie ID. Move ID, close the bracket. Suppose if there is any duplicates, we can use the distinct count function too. So validate it, you can see cross mark is for cancel. This is for commit or validate it. So this is the logic. So just try to drag and drop here. So now reference 4,000 movies list will be get visualized. So this particular measure which I have created, explicit measure, is not going to visible to you. So it's going to store from this date table. Currently it is in the date table. So, but this column is not available in the date table. It is going to store in the form of a cache. So currently it is in the date table, it's stored, right? If you want to move to the home table, movies table, we can move it. Okay, it's a cache wise. The data is stored in the form of a cache. It's not going to be visible to you. Okay, so just try to use it and explicit measure wise define. So on one more advantage, somebody also said, so we can reuse this explicit measure. So on the, if you are creating some new measures, you no need to create it again and again, these count functions and so on. You can reuse this total movies in the square bracket on if you're creating some new measures too. So that is one more advantage. So cache wise, the values will be get stored. It's not going to read the data. Whenever if you want to see the values, it's just a fly, you can see the number on your reporting canvas. And if you're using an explicit measure, it has to read by row and it has to define the number. And also one more disadvantage is if you want to giving a new way of calculation, you have to again and again have to use count function to generate the total movies list. Okay, so try to get this total movies list number. Later we will do the data beautifications, number beautifications. First try to define this number. Let me know once it is done, and I will provide you the formula in the chat box.
Rajendra, Is it okay to keep all the manually created measures into a separate table?
Exactly, that is the best approach. Let me create it because this is the first measure, right? Once we will create multiple measures, my suggestion is instead of storing in any one other table, try to create a dedicated measure table so that it will be very helpful for us to identify quick measures. Yeah, good approach. If everyone ready, once this is created, we'll move on to the next business logics that we need to implement, total number of journals. Maybe if you need any break, right, please tell me so that we will take a break also. Maybe I don't want to put you a continuous learn. Just let me know if you need, because it's a 3-hour session. If you need any short 10 minutes break, please tell me so that we'll take a 10 minutes break and then we'll come back. No issues. Anybody there?
After entering the formula, we should have to commit, right? That's it.
Yes, yes. You have to commit. You have to validate it, select it so that the measure will be get stored. You can drag and drop onto the canvas. Yeah.
From where you are dragging that?
You are observing the total movies here, right? Just try to
Okay.
drag and drop. That's it into the canvas.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you need any break, okay, one person, maybe anybody, 9:45 time. Shall we connect at 10 also? Fine. Fine to me. Okay.
Yeah, 10 fine.
Yes.
10 o'clock fine. Okay. We'll start
Yes.
with the data visualization later. Okay. Data visualization is pending. After that, once the data visualization and business logics implemented, we will publish this report. These two activities, once after the break, right, we will connect and we will discuss thoroughly. Okay. We will connect exactly at 10 o'clock. Please take 10 or 15 minutes break. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Raju, you there? Is that possible to share your screen quick? Let me stop my screen sharing. Can you share your screen? Able to see your screen. Okay. Can you please copy the formula and paste it here? Or else just try to write it. 1 minute. Select OK. What is the error? Select it, anyone, please. Cannot play. Okay, open the add custom column function. You see. Open that. No, not like that. I mean, you already defined it, right? Go to the right hand side, applied steps, add custom, added custom. Last transformation, can you please open it? What is there? Okay, just a gear icon, you can edit. Okay, edit settings, edit. Manually, you can write it, please. Remove it, everything. Write it manually. You can write it. Just try some differently. Hash, remove it. I will tell you the formula. Hash stands for reference, date time. Open the bracket. Taking the reference from 1970. 1970. Okay, sorry. Comma. I mean, next we will add it as a month, year, right? 0, 1, comma 1. (1970, comma 1, comma 1, comma) that is month and day, comma hours, minutes, seconds, 0, comma 0, comma 0. 3 zeros, hours, minutes, seconds. Close the bracket. Space, give some space there. Plus, and you have to add the duration, time duration, hash, duration, date, duration. Try to write the duration function. Duration. Open the bracket. 1, comma 0, comma 0, comma 0, hours, minutes, seconds. Call the timestamp, comma. After that, you have to add comma there. Double click on the timestamp. Close the bracket. Now check it. Still error? No. Fine. Just change the data type to the date and time, and change the date and time. Change the custom to the date, something like that. Custom to the date and time. It's a date and time, right? Date and time. Maybe minor mistake only. That's fine. Thanks. It is clear right now? Yeah. Raji.
Sir, I have a question. I posted it in the chat box as well. I'm
Who is
getting
this?
the
Who is
value
this?
as.
Wait. Who is this?
My name is Munish.
I will tell you, Munish. Just wait. One person. He is
Okay.
Rajiv working on it. So Rajiv, is that clear to you? You can stop screen sharing. Okay. You can close and apply so that the data will be get visible to you on the Power BI desktop. Yeah. And Munish, sorry. So if you are getting 4K, you have to adjust the units. So K stands for units. So once our session will get start, I will help you that. Okay. Is that okay to you?
Okay, sir. No
A
problem.
few minutes only. I will help you. We will get it in the
Okay.
form of 4,000. We will change it to the units also. I will tell you.
Okay.
Yeah. 5 minutes still left. Maybe still any other questions means I'm okay to help you here. Yeah. Any other questions? I mean, previous questions.
Hi, Rajendra.
Yeah, tell me, Vino.
Actually,
Yes.
I write the DAX function, but I'm not getting the data related 2000 year data. I'm not getting only
Share
2000. I will
Can you,
share my screen.
yes, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, share your screen quickly.
My screen visible?
It's coming up. Okay. So you have defined the ratings table date and time, and the data is coming with 12 hours. That's okay. 2001 onwards. So what is the range you have specified in Power Query Editor date time column? Can you go to the Power Query Editor? Is that defined from 1970 or something differently? So just have to check it. Go to the Power Query Editor.
Rajendra, the same error I got. She need to mention the data type in table view only.
Okay, just go there then.
Go to
Table view.
table view and select the respective table in ratings. Yeah, here you need to set the data type.
Data type text it is
Here data
showcasing.
type is text. Yeah?
Change it to the date and time. Above.
Okay.
Date and time. Yeah, that's it. Change it. My suggestion is you can do it in Power Query Editor, not here. Okay, that is best approach.
Okay, but now
you can see 2000, right? I mean, still I'm able to see some 12 is the static number. My suggestion is do these changes at the Power Query Editor level, changes like a date and time, data type change and everything. Okay, just try to
after
cross
that
verify.
we need to write this DAX function.
After that only you have to write this function. Good, yes.
Okay.
Okay, just try to cross verify and refresh it. Just I'm seeing that the top some alert.
I don't know, like for
you
me,
have to disable, right? See, Veena, I mean, go back. There is a right hand side share button is the right hand side. Right hand side top. Right hand side.
Okay.
Right side top. Down arrow is there. There is a down arrow, below down arrow. Open it, expand it so that you can see this view. Okay. Refresh all, refresh now. Just try to check it. Refresh it. Let's see. And one more thing, don't open the files when you are working with the dataset, backend dataset. You have to close it and open. Okay, that's one more simple tip. Just try to do that activities too. Fine. Any other queries from anyone? Previous things, not the current or defined ones. Previous. Anybody still facing any issues with data extraction or the formula defines the Power Query Editor? Let me know. Few minutes left.
Hello.
Tell me, yeah.
Can we use a minimum function instead of MINX in calendar table?
You can try that one min function also. That's what I said, right? It is if you are specifically calling that particular column means you can use min function. No, I want to call the complete table level that particular column means you can call min x function, iterator function. You can define it. Yes.
So which one is best for using like
My
MINX
suggestion is directly min function. We can use it instead of completely calling the table. Correct?
Yes.
I just showcased to you this another. Okay, some more way is there, so which we haven't discussed. I mean, previously or something. So that's why I'm just maybe the iterator part also we have those functions. Just try that one. That's why I showcased to you.
And where we can download this data, movies as data?
Which data?
These movies. Like
Movies data already from case data vision. They already provided some GitHub links, right?
Okay, I did not check.
Download it from the GitHub itself.
Okay.
Okay. Few minutes and then we'll start our next activities. Okay, just to take few minutes. That's fine, Preeti. As of now, I mean, just to create that date only, because we are going to work with the date. Time, if you're getting 0 in the sense, we have to check in the Power Query editor level, Preeti. Okay, just try to check it and let me know. Otherwise, maybe at the end of the session, if require my PBX file, I can share it with the KSR team so that they can upload in GitHub. Okay, you can download it from there. Still, okay, still if you are getting an error. Otherwise, share 1 more minute is there. You can share your screen if you want. I will check it from my side. That's fine. No issues. Should we define the date table, which we created as a date table in calendar? Yeah, it's completed. One more query, like, should we define date table, which we created as date table in calendar pane? I'm not getting your question. What you were asking here, Karthik? Define a date table which we created.
We should define the
Okay.
table as. Should we define the date table as a calendar table?
You can define it. Yes, that is the best approach. You have to convert to the date conversion to the date table. Right click on that calendar table. You have to convert it to the date table conversion. It is best approach. Good for time intelligence functions. Okay. Fine.
Okay.
Shall we start then?
Yes.
Yes.
The question is simple. So right click, you can define it, date table. Whenever if you are working with specifically, you can mark it as a date table so that it will be helpful for the time intelligence function. And also we will not see any hierarchical view of date column like year, quarter, month, date. So you have to define specifically that particular new columns too. Fine. The first metric, which we have defined it as a total movies list. So total movies, we have it as a total 4,000. So some people are getting it as a 4K. So here, by default, if you are defining this particular text value, we are getting the 4K because it's an explicit measure. If you're getting it as a 4K in your visualization, once you can try to drag and drop, just try to check it, the display units. Okay, make it as a none so that you can get it as a, instead of 4K decimal points with the thousands units, you display units K, you can change it to the display units here to none so that you can get 4,000 only. Just try to check it and let me know this part. Specific dimensions, for example, right, Anmol? Suppose if you want to share some very important metrics to the user, best practices is give it in the form of a card visual. Okay, that's why I'm defining this metric as a card visual. So my suggestion is try to follow the important metrics in the horizontally, important numbers, which we need to project to the user, and try to reduce the priority of the visualization. So we will follow the Z order. So first, some important metrics at the top, slowly minimize it or reduces the priority of the visuals. Like we will try to add the next highest or else priority of the visualization at the down corner, following into the right hand side, left hand side, down corner. So that is the process. Z order we are going to follow. So important metrics we can try to define in the form of a card visualizations. Okay. Shall we define the next important metric? That is the total number of journals. So try to get the total number of journals. How many are there as per our data set? Try to let me know the number. What is the exact and accurate number for the total number of journals?
303.
Okay. Size and length, I will tell you while doing the beautification, right? We will work on it. Okay. So what I will do in this sense, I'll just try to do a duplicate of this card. And second metric is something to find out the total journals. So create an explicit measure as I said. Don't use the implicit measure and try to use conversion of this to the distinct count or count. Just try to make use of hands-on experience with the explicit measures only. Giving the name as naming standard total journals. Yes, is equal to distinct count genre, movie genre. Close the bracket, commit. Drag and drop. 303. And if you want to get it validated, you can validate it from here. Movies table. 303 genres, distant values. Okay, this is another metric. Once this metrics has been done, we will do some beautification here. Okay, one more metric, try to find out the total number of users watched or else went particular movies, those particular user list. So can someone please try to derive a metric? Let me know the number. What is this number? Total number of users. So this is the business question. How we are going to calculate the total number of users? So user IDs are available at two different tables from ratings table, users table. So which one we are going to pick it up to get the total number of list of users?
User gender.
So you can pick it from the users table and call that count of user ID. That is fine. Suppose if you're trying to pick it from the ratings table, you have to make use of distinct count. So here also we have an user ID, but duplicate information is there. So that's why reason we can try to make use of users table user ID. Try to pick it and let me know the number. Total users.
642.
Yes, 6040. Total users is equal to count function. We can use it. Call the direct column name instead of a table name. Don't call the users table. Call the user ID. User ID. Space and user ID. Not from ratings table, users table. So please keep in mind, open this bracket. This is our table. No need to call any inverted quotes, single inverted. So in this particular square bracket, you are going to call that column and close the bracket. Suppose if you miss to close the bracket and if you can validate it automatically, the DAX engine will help you to provide one normal bracket. You can see here, I forget it. It's pop up with a bracket. But if you are working with multi functions, like multiple functions, if you're trying to define, it will not help you. Okay, it will try to give this bracket at last itself, at the last of your DAX function. Make sure that where you are missing, where you are working on. If you're working with multiple DAX functionalities part within the same, then we have to make sure that the function should be accurately close the bracket. Otherwise, it throws an error. Okay, so just try to drag and drop. Total users. So dataset is available here. 1 minute. 1 minute. You can find the datasets from this location. Try to download it. Fine. So 4,303, 6,040. So just try to, what I will do in the sense in my practice, best practices part, try to do the beautification for one metric. There's the first card, 4,000. Try to do the beautification. That means a customization like font change, font type change. Maybe if you want to add some border alignments, try to do the particular activities for one particular card, and we can replicate it via format painter. So select it. Unmute, please. Can please unmute? So let me change here. I'm trying to add the visual border with, use the light colors, don't use the art colors or abnormal visibility part. Just try to use the light gray colors and so on, which would be, they need to see the numbers, not the beautification what we are doing. Okay, just try to make sure that light colors is best approach. Shadow effect, just try to use the light darker. And then just try to replicate it for the remaining cards too. So how you can do it? Select this card, use this format painter. Okay. And also You can see the height and width of this. Just try to align the same height and width of each and every card. So maintain the consistency there for each and every card too. Select it. And currently I'm following for the first card 93, 174. Follow the same. 93, 4, 93. So here, size and style 93. Maintain the same consistency. So if it is one is up, another card is lower and so on. So if you are working with multi cards, just try to select all three cards by using control button. Select it, all three. Go to the format pane and just try to align properly with a proper horizontal space, equal space between one to another. Okay, like this. Align at the top. Save it. So and don't forget, please try to save your work. So there is no backup or else a recovery option. So just try to share your PBX file as soon as possible, whatever the changes you did it. So make sure that I'm giving the name as movie lens project.
Sir, one doubt here.
Tell me.
I'm not able to see the format pane to the right, which
So
which you're
currently,
doing everything.
okay. This is the format pane. This is the one.
Yeah.
You are not able to see the format pane.
Yes.
So just try to check it from this views pane. Click on this views pane. Are you able to see the format here?
Okay, I'll just check that.
Okay, go to the views pane at the top, click on this. Maybe you can just try to check format pane is enabled or not. If it is not enabled, you can see here, format pane is not there. You have to select it so that format pane is visible to you. Just try to check it. So once this third card with the beautification of these three completed, please ping me in the chat. Okay, so that we'll move on to the next business metric to define.
Can you show me the numbers again?
Which
Horizontals and vertical dimensions, what you have mentioned. Not this beautification part.
One second. Am I moving fast?
No.
Fine only, right? Okay, one second. Give me a minute. So which one you are asking about? This vertical pane, this one?
Yes. That 93 and 174.
Okay. See here, select the card, select any one of the card, go to the format, size and style, this one, size and style, you can see height and width. Select the card, you can enable the format pane, height and width. Maintain the consistency of height and width for each and every card, same, okay.
Rajendra, we are applying to one card, right? So how will you apply to all? Like we have three, right?
Yeah, this is only the font type. Font changes will be done for other cards by using format pane. You are observing format painter, right? At the top. Yeah.
Yes.
You can select it and apply it. So see here, format painter is there. You can just try to apply it here. Again, select it, apply it for the next card. So the same settings will be copied and pasted to the new cards too. Only the font type and font change will be get reflected. Okay, not the height and width. These things will not carry forward to this. We have to do it one to one. Okay, one card to the another. Yes, please. Somebody raise their hand. You are not able to see the visual, this particular views tab format pane?
Yes.
Okay. Just try to check which version you are using. Click on this help tab about which version you are using. I'm currently using February 2023, 25. Which version you are using?
I'm okay. I'm just checking that.
Okay, go to the help tab.
Yeah,
About
this is April 2025.
Latest only. Then you have to enable this feature from files, options and settings, options, and go to the preview feature. Click on this preview feature. Turn on this object interaction, whether it is turned on or not. Just try to check it.
Okay,
This feature.
I'll do that.
So that once it is enabled, you can see this visualization tab at the home tab itself. And you can see the visual views tab with these options too. Okay, just check it and let me know. Somebody raise their hand. Let me know what is the issue. Yeah.
That was my mistake, I'm clear.
Okay then. If everyone ready, we'll move on to the next business metric. We can define it. Shall we define another visualizations?
Yes.
Okay then. Next query, the business query. So we are aware total movies we generated, total genres of this movies we created from the movies list, Indian movies list, and total number of users as per the data list which we received 6040. We got the number. So the next business query from the business user, we have to define or else a data segregation based on the gender diversity wise total users. Gender diversity is nothing but category that we have a gender category there, male or female category wise, total number of users. So we need to define it as another metric. So this time I'm going to use a stacked bar chart. So let's try to use it. Select the stacked bar chart. Stacked bar chart. Fine. Here, if you're using the stacked bar chart, y-axis, x-axis is there. So y-axis, which category we are going to use it? Is that a number or a textual data?
Categorical.
Just think and tell and let me know. Yeah, others? Category. That means gender. Can I add the gender?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
So we are going to add, don't confuse. Okay, each and every visual will be get changed. So x-axis, some visuals will showcase to x-axis first, y-axis next to it. So stacked bar chart is something, y-axis is to be an vertical, x-axis is an horizontal. So here the y-axis, we are going to add the categorical data here, and the x-axis is going to distribute the data with numbers, metrics. So here the numbers we are going to utilize total number of users. So total number of users, we already calculated an explicit metric. Just try to drag and drop here. So you can see the number and also try to enable data label fields. So we know how to enable the data label. Use this painter option, enable the data label so that the numbers will be get displayed. So by default, it is showcasing 4.3K. Maybe if my user want to see the full number format, just try to select it. More options. Go to here, data labels, values, enable. Can someone please mute? Enable this units, so display units instead of 4.3K. So you can see the full number. Now, so just try to visualize it properly. The numbers 4,331 with a black color. Maybe if required, just try to increase the font also. Do it and let me know. Once this is done, please ping me in the chat. Okay. Anyway, we require the numbers only here. X-axis, I'm going to turn it off, 0K, 1K, 2K, because we know this male category is 4,331 as out of 6,040 users, and female category 1,709. So I'll just try to turn off the X-axis numbers, the number representation. So just try to turn off this 0K, 1K, 2K, and so on. Turn off it. X-axis values, turn it off. This is gender. We know this male or female category. Y-axis title, you can just try to turn it off. Title, turn off. And change the font to the black color so that it looks good. What happened? Nice, that's good. Thank you. Thanks for sharing. And also just try to remove this auto recovery option, cancel it. No need to reload the fresh anything. And don't use the grids. Once, if you can publish report, don't remove the grid option also. You can see I'm able to see some dots there. Just try to turn it off, this grid lines. Okay. Fine. Let me know once this total users, maybe let me rename it as per the business query. Instead of calling it as a total users by gender, the business query here, user gender diversity, user total users count by gender diversity, rename it users gender diversity. Make it as a center as well. So select it, make sure that horizontal alignment, change the font type to, most of the time we will use Ciago UI font. Just try to check it. Okay. Previously, these are all activities. You had to select the visual, navigate to the format pane. But now, as per the new features and functionality, we can just directly select on the visuals. Maybe I want to change the title of this. Directly double click here. It will be get navigated to the format pane so that you can change it directly instead of searching for this title and trying to sort out the font colors and so on. Okay. I mean, it's an advantage, right? Once this is done, please let me know. We'll move on to the next business query. Once this is done, shall we move on to the next business query?
Yes.
Okay, then. So try to define the average ratings. So we are already holding the ratings table. We need to define the metric average rating, which is a single metric. So single metric information. We need to represent lowest or minimum average, highest average rating, highest rating, that is 5. Minimum is 1. So from this ratings table, if you're observing, 1 is lower, 5 is higher rating. So I want to visualize it average rating based on this column. So how we are going to define it? Can we use explicit measure? Yes. We can define it via explicit new measure concept. We can define it. Click on this new measure, select the new measure, giving the name as average rating. I will provide the formula in the chart. We can use directly the particular column name, right? We can call this directly average function. You can see the syntax as well. Column name, you can directly call the column. And it is going to return the mean value, which is nothing but an average. So rating column, close the bracket, validate it. And let me provide the formula in the chart for your reference. Now, they're asking us to use the chart also, that is a gauge chart, radical gauge chart. Try to use the gauge chart, so which will be get displayed only one metric at a time. So there is some visuals which will be get displayed one metric or one KPI at a time, key performance indicator. It comes under the gauge chart and even the card visualization too. So in the card or gauge chart, we can display only one metric, one number at a time. So here, I'll just try to use gauge chart. Okay. Try to drag and drop average rating on the values. You can see 0.00 is the lowest, 7.16 is the highest as per the summation it is considering, and 3.58 is an average. Now you can please tell me how to get rid of this 7.16 to the 5 and 0.00, we don't have any data there. How to get the 1 is the lowest value as per your observation, dataset observation. Can someone please tell me no? Any guess? Please tell me, otherwise we have some time. Otherwise I can tell you very quick. Whenever you are using the gauge chart, right, we have the minimum value, maximum value, target value. Okay. If you're using a gauge chart, you can define the values as the form of a measure, or one more approach is there, which I'm just trying to showcase to you. So see here we have a gauge axis. You can also define the minimum value, max value, even the target values too, static numbers. Maybe the minimum value as per my data 1, max value as per my data 5. Target value, maybe I'm expecting 4.5. Average rating, so sorry, target rating, other than the average rating, 3.58. So we can define it via here, gauge access part. This is one of the PL300 certification question, please keep in mind. Other than that, we can define it via min, max, target values too. So how? Maybe if you are working with a dynamic level approach, we can define it, we can define a measure. Yes, we can define a measures too, if you are working with a dynamic. So what I will do in the sense currently, I will define a static numbers with the form of a measures. Let's see here. Giving the name as, for this measure, min rating, that means lowest value rating, is equal to static numbers again, like 1, validated, and max rating, 5. Can we define it in this way, or else can we call this particular column also? Responses, please. Can we define the static numbers, or can we define it max function, ratings? This is fine. This works.
Maximum is better, sir, because
Good.
then
Yes,
it's going
we
to be
can.
dynamic.
Yes. We will use it for the dynamic approach. Max function, this particular column. This is also fine. It's a good approach. So static numbers, we can define it like just now I had declared with min rating, directly the number. You can define the static number, or if you want a very dynamic approach, we can call this particular table on their columns too. Okay, this is the best approach. So I'm just telling what is good, what is not. So validate it. For the target, anyway, we are working with some static approach only. Call that target value as one more new measure, target value. Target, I will provide the formulas in the chart. Target value, I'm calling it as a normally static number, 4.5. Validate it and just try to drag and drop these explicit measures here. So whenever if you're trying to drag and drop, the manual entries from the format pane will be get disabled. You can see automatically it has been changed to the auto. Again, from the max, if you can try to drag and drop, it will be get disabled. Like that, where is that target? Target here, drag and drop. Okay. I will provide the formulas, just try to define it. This is just a static number. But in real time, right, we will not call the static numbers. We will use it dynamically by calling another parameters, another dynamic change of values, not like this normal number. We will use it some defined parameters there. Okay. Try to define this and change the title of this visualization. Instead of calling it as an average rating, comma, min rating, comma, max rating and target values, just try to give a proper naming convention. That's what I said. So give it as an average rating. Make sure that align with a proper font type. Most of the time we will use the Seoga UI as per the company's standards. Seoga UI font and center alignment. And this is also 14 size. This is also 14. Fine. Try to define this and we will move on to the next important metric. Once it is defined, please ping me in the chat. We'll move on to the next important metric. Am I moving fast? Please tell me. Is that okay? The flow, because we have limited time. That's why.
Yeah, it's okay, Rajendra. Fine.
Okay. And we can change the colors. So why, Rajendra, why you are showing same colors means we can also change the conditional formatting wise, or we can change the colors here. Select it. You can change the conditional formatting. FX button stands for conditional formatting. So any guess, maybe you're already aware of it. How many types of conditional formatting. How many approaches are there? If you can start working on this conditional formatting. How many ways we have here? If you can select FX, what are the approaches we have? Conditional formatting part. Any guess? Just
Gradient
guess.
wise, another one is rule.
We can go through
based
the
on
values wise.
Values means
union
what?
band.
Values means?
Field values.
Field
Color
values
code.
means?
Color
What
code.
is field values? Field values means we can define the measure, correct? You can
Ratings.
define it. You can define a color coding in the form of a measure, correct? That is the field value. You can
Yes.
define a measure and you can call that color coding, which is nothing but a hexa code. You can define it like this. There is a link, maybe if you are aware of it, just try to share it with our friends too. Hexa code link is there. Just try to share it. Okay, we'll follow this color code. Okay, hexa code. So which will be, you can see the defined colors. You can just try to select it. So you can see the dark to the light colors. We can use it regularly for defining these hexa codes. So hexa code again, maybe what it is means it looks in this way. You can see here below, these are the numbers, referencing with some numbers. So we will use this hexa codes file, defining a field value wise color definitions. So 3 approaches. Color scale we are going to call previously some time back. Now the change that has been changed to the gradient. Previously the name is color scale. And next one is we will define it via rules, if conditions, statements. Third approach is we can define it via field values. So as per the defined or as per the specific approach, we can use those conditions. I'm using February version. Just try to check it. I'm still using as per the company standards. Older version only. Still it is available with the update. I'm using with stick with the February version. Okay, fine. We'll move on to the next visualization. So see here, next visual is very, very interesting. Please observe here. Next, we need to define total number of movies wise genres. So we know genres, that particular field value is available from movies table. These many genres are there. We need to define the total number of movies. So please observe here. I will tell you the business problem. Just try to take a simple stacked bar chart here. Okay, stacked bar chart in this particular area. Try to drag and drop genre on your y-axis and total movies. Where is movies? Total number of movies here. Here. You can see list of movies starting with a drama. These many movies are there. See here with a combination of pipeline delimiter, other subcategories. In a movie, we can see the horror, thriller, war, even the science fiction, mystery, something like that. So my end user asking us, we need to group all drama-based movies, end user requirement, business user requirement. And my end user requirement is they want to see a group-based, genre-wise group-based total number of movies. It's not something like here it is coming with a drama, again one more drama with thriller. Okay, again one more drama with a war category. Instead of that, I want to do a grouping. That means ranges, parameter declaration. That means all dramas will be comes into one single bucket. All category will comes into one another group or range. So how we are going to get it defined? Any idea here? Quick idea.
Switch function.
Any other, please? Switch. Okay, I agree with you. Okay, that is one approach, but little tough. Okay, any other? Simple. Any other?
Multiple.
Case statement. Case statement.
Somebody said groups.
Conditional
Somebody conditional column we can do it, but it's again a time consumption. Another approach, somebody said groups. Yeah, we can define the groups. That is very best approach, and it is easy to define. No. Groups is best approach. We can define it. Please observe here how I'm going to define a group. Please observe genre-wise grouping, right? You can select this particular column genre, right-click. You can create groups. Okay, you don't need to write any DAX functions like switch, or you can try to filter something. You can use the new grouping. Click on this new groups. It will open a pop-up window. So here you are trying to create a groups. So please keep in mind, this is again one more very interesting and important PL300 certification question. So for the categorical data, genre is a categorical info, right? It's a textual data. These are all text. If you're working with the text and you're trying to do a grouping, by default, the group type is a list. And if you're working with a number and you're trying to do a group, by default, the group type is a bin standard, bin. So there is a list and a bins too. List will work for the categorical data. Bins are going to work for the number related part. Even the list also we can convert it. Okay, please keep in mind. Number, we can get by default it as a bin, or even if you're going to change it to the list, we can change it. But for the text, only you can see this is disabled, only list will work. Our requirement here, we need to consider all action-based movies as a one single group. That is our requirement. So just try to group it. Select the first category. Please observe here. Later you can do. Select the action. So wherever the action is getting end, I'm going to treat it as a one single group. See here. These are all action-based movies, right? Up to this action hyphen, that means pipeline with separation with Western. These are all I'm going to combine it as a one group. This is nothing but action-based. So just try to combine it. Use the shift button. Try to select the first category, little down until to find out the next category starting. See here. It is getting ended with this action pipeline delimiter with Western. Select it by using shift button. Group it. So I'm trying to rename. These are all category as an what? Action-based. Okay. Select it. Again, one more example. Please observe here. Later you can do. Move up. Next category is adventure. It's getting start with adventure. And we have some sub hierarchies too in the same movie. Ending with Western. Try to do it as another group, second group. Call this as adventure. Adventure based. Next category. Everyone following? One more example. Please observe here. Animation based. This is ending up to this part. Make it as a group. This is animation based movies. Next. This is individual. We will do it later grouping, biography. Next category, children's based. It's ending here. Rename this as an children's based movies. Everyone following or any confusions? Any confusion here? Okay. Any confusion, please tell me. Okay, don't hesitate. These are all comedy based. Let's try to group. So instead of showcasing all hierarchical level and making giving a confusions to the customer, if they're asking to do a group on the textual values, we'll try to create a kind of a grouping and we'll follow the list approach. Okay, comedy based. Next category. Crime based. I'm ignoring the biography. We'll do it later. Okay, which is one combination, right? That's why I'm just ignoring. We'll do it later. We are not missing that part too. Okay, we'll group it as an separately. Crime based movies. Next, documentary based. Based. This all comes under drama. We already done the drama, right? Let's see here. Not drama, not it. Okay. It's going to be an alphabetical, no need to worry. Okay, alphabetical order only. But just try to cross verify if you are doing mistakes or something. Okay. Next is a drama based. Let's try to do a drama based movie. Based mystery. I'm doing a little bit faster because we have less time. We need to complete something, right? Based, mystery based. Romantic. musical. Horror. I'm trying to combine all three, all this. Okay, I missed it here. Okay. Fine. So science fiction and remaining categories, right? Biography, historical, thriller, war, and western. I will try to club all together as an others. Okay. So this is the science fiction related. So just try to combine this. On these other, each and every individual category, I will try to club it together as an other categories, others. Instead of naming with particular, I'm just trying to name it as an others. So no grouping, everything has been listed now. Try to select OK. The snip column, you can see a different icon before the genre groups. You can see an icon. This is nothing but a group column. So what I will do, instead of using individual grouping, that is individual genre based, let me remove it. Just try to add this new column so that it is easy to the customer point of view to see the analysis, how many drama based, comedy based movies, action based, and so on. Okay, and also just try to provide the numbers, data labels for each and every bar. Okay, try to generate it. Maybe the color coding we will do it. Later part also, that is fine. Just try to get this number. Any questions or confusions, please let me know. You can also unmute yourself.
So how did you enable the data labels?
Select your visual. You can see a small painter option. Enable the data label. Suppose if you are not seeing this option, this on object option, go to the format pane, go to the data labels here, enable it. Just try to turn it on. Okay.
Thank you.
Rajendra, if the data is huge and if there is a miss out in this categorization, then how do we handle it?
It will falls under others. It will falls under others.
Okay.
If you are missing something, the category, it will falls under others. And unless if the customer is pointing out, we will not identify. That is also we have to think.
Yeah.
Okay. Until, okay, he is expecting some based movies, but we are not bringing that analysis. Means he will definitely ask a question, where is it? So we have to check in others category. Okay. That's what. So what is the advantage of using this grouping means instead of providing a vertical hierarchical list of individual movie list, we are creating a bucket or range kind of an approach for easier analysis. So even though it is starting with a drama, so hierarchical with science fiction or mystery, we are clubbing and combining all together as a one single item or else one single category, that is drama based or comedy based. This is the list of total list of movies. Okay, and maybe if you want to particularly select the particular category like a genre, we can provide a slicer. We can provide a slices to the customer. They can try to do slice and dice data based on those slices which we are going to provide it to them. Okay, fine. Once this is completed, please let me know. We will add a few more visualizations, and maybe if if everyone completes right, I can just try to publish it and I can stop. Okay, I don't want to overload you, and just try to define some icon here. Okay, we'll wrap up the session. If this is completed, please tell me. And by default, this is the by default color. If you, which you are observing blue color, we can also change it to FX, not this one, data bars color. Bars here, see here, bars by default it's a blue color. You can change it based on gradient, as I said last time, rules field values too. Maybe the gradient, if you can see highest wise, maybe I can try to use, I want to showcase the highest number of total number of movies with a blue green color. ending with light blue color. Maybe the middle or center color, if you want to get it visualized, we can visualize it too. Just try to add it and remove the data label. Okay, there is a legend which is getting incorporated. Just try to turn off the legend also. It's not required to visualize it. Okay, fine. Let's move on to the next visualization, please. Done. Nice. Thanks for the confirmation. Next visualization is gender based. Okay, gender rating. We need to get it visualize a line. Okay, we have different genre groups which we just displayed. We need to get it analyzed ratings of both male and female category. Again, I'm repeating the business question. We need to visualize gender, which is male and female category wise, how much rating have been provided for each genre groups. So this analysis, we need to get it visualized via line chart. That means on x-axis, we are going to define the genre groups. Y-axis, which is a number, we are going to define with average rating. And we are going to segregate the data with a gender, male or female category. So please observe here. Let's try to take a line chart as per the business question. Let me adjust this chart. Please observe. X-axis, I'm going to consider this genre group. That means different genres we have. And Y-axis, average rating. Drag and drop. You can see a line, right? This is the average rating wise. So maybe it is getting started with highest rating film noir with 4.17, followed up with this. But my requirement is I want to get split the data based on male and female category. So can someone please help me how we are going to segregate the data here? Any guess? Just one response, please.
We can use it in legend.
Legend, just try to drag and drop here. That's it, right? And for the beautification part, distribute the colors like maybe the female pink color and male with dark blue color, which we are already holding. Just try to change the colors also. Lines. So solid line I'm using for male, that is female. Dashed line. And try to enable the data markers, marker points, enable it so that it looks good. Color, I'll just try to change the color for female, only female, pink color. Data points it is. Instead of data points, give me a minute. These are all we can find it here. So see here, applied settings female. Let me change the color to pink color, the line itself, so that it is easy to identify. And data points is fine to me. That is also going to be pink. 1 second. Pink. So that it is easy to identify which one is which. So what is the category? Segregation. Maybe if you want to add the data labels, just try to turn on the data labels also on both of it, or maybe just try to add only for the female category, the data labels part. We can turn it on only for the female category data labels. Turn off the category labels for male. That one also we can do it here. 1 second. We need to find it out. Give me a minute. 1 second. Data labels. Male, I'm going to turn it off, not required. Female, I just want to get it visualized. That's it. Just try to do this and let me know, so that it is easy for them to take a quick decisions. Maybe they can try to export this data in the form of an CSV file format, and they can take their business stations. Okay, few more set of slices we will add it, and then we will wrap for today. Okay, slices we are going to add, and we will wrap up. How is the session? Do you like it? No?
Yes.
Yes, good.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And maybe if sometimes, right, if the business user asks you to comma separator, where is this? I mean, for the identification part, just try to enable the 1000 parameters. Select your explicit measure. You can see here, comma separator. Just try to add these comma separators too for the representations. It looks good. And these measures, instead of searching on each and every table, try to create a measure table. So maybe if time permits, after slicer creation, I can showcase to you how to create a measure table too. Okay. Shall we create some measure slices here on the left hand side? Slicers. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
So as per our data, right, it will be get started from many years. You can see from 1930 to 2025. What I will do in this sense, I'm going to create the year as a 1 decade. Maybe I want to see one particular decade. Decade is nothing but 10 years. This particular decade, I want to see the number of movies count, not for individual year-wise movies. In such a scenario, instead of representing each and every year as a slicer, we can create it as a decade-wise, every 10 years as 1 decade, like 1930s, 1920s movie, like 10 years in a gap. 1930s means it is included with 1931 to 1939, 10 years. 19, like example 2000, coming to the 2000, 2001 to 2010, 10 years, 1 decade movie, 2000 list movies. I want to view that kind of an analysis. So instead of adding individual slices as a slicer, year slicer, you can see the continuous number. See here, from 1930 to 2025. What I will do in the sense, I'll just try to create a kind of, just now we created, right? A grouping, okay, a group. So to do it again, but this time this is a number. Please observe, this is the whole number data type. So please observe here, while doing the grouping, what is the by default? This is very, very important. So years as a bin, as a set, if you're working with a grouping, for number, it's going to the by default bins. For the textual data, it's going to be the list. Now I want to create it as a, not a bin, I want to create it as a list here. What will happen if I can create a bin means we have to provide the lowest value and the highest value, automatically streaking. How many bins we need just to provide a number, like a 5 bins, 6 bins, 10 bins, and so on. That's it. But here, my requirement is I want to create a list because I know every 10 years is one particular decade. I will just want to create it as a list, list here. So that's why I'm just trying to choose a list, group it, make it as a 1930s. 1930s list. 1930s. Let's try to do next 10 years. 10 years only. 1940s. 1940s. Next 10 years. 1952, 1959. 1950s. Do it for this. (1970s). 1980s. So 1990s. Understood, right? Everyone following, right? Any questions? Please let me know. Okay, this 5 years also, I'm just trying to combine it. 2011 to but 15 years is not a decade. Okay, again, only 10 years is a decade. So select OK. On the number part, we just do a group in and try to change to a slicer chart here, convert to a slicer chart, and not in the form of a between layer. Try to change the style to drop down layer so that it is easy for them, like for selection part, so that the visuals will be get interacted. Let me remove this, add yes group like this. Okay. And try to rename instead of year groups, call it as a decade. Okay, this is the decade wise representation, right? Rename it as the form of decades. Okay. Fine. Let's try to add few more slices and then wrap up.
Rajendra, can you just show
dicing.
an example of bin? I mean, any small example where we can try out.
Okay, so see here is again a bin. So right click here. Bin, you want to showcase the example, right? 1 second. So see here, ratings is, I want to create it. So bin is there by default for a number. Maybe how many bins you want to create, the highest to the lowest. It will, maybe I want to create a bin size set with a 2. It will be get created with the 2 bins, 2 set of ranges. Okay, for bins. So bins, let me drag and drop. You can see the 2 set of numbers here. It's still loading, working on it. Drag and drop here. So that you can see 0, 1, 0, 2, 4, like odd number wise. How many bins I have created? 2 bins, 2 or 3 bins, sorry. 0, 2, 4. So it will try to create this kind of a bins. Okay. Got it. For a numbers, always please keep in mind bins. And also we can change it to the conversion of a list if you want to do it as a groups. And for a categorical data, if you want to create it as a groups, only the list is the option, no bins. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Next category, slicer part, try to just add gender. Gender is the category, slicer part, so that my end user, he can slice and dice data based on this selection. They can see some numbers. And next category is based on the occupation part. So just try to add the occupation as a field. Okay. Same group in the sense I'm not getting what is this? Same group is possible via bins. So by using DAX function, you're asking? You're asking about the DAX functions, we can create it or not? Yes, we can create it. We have to write the DAX function by using either the switch condition and so on. Yes, switch or if condition, we have to use it.
Rajendra, as we have grouped those years in form of decades, if we need to give the custom day, the specific year as well, that if user wants to select any specific year or something,
then it will not. Then this is not this is not going to be the right one. This is the 10 years as a decade we have provided, right? In such a scenario, you have to add one more slicer for them. Okay, one more slicer to get it. Select that particular year in the form of a between range. Okay. Fine. Just try to have, I hope these are all very simple activities, slicer adding and dropping. So please try to add the gender as one slicer, occupation as another slicer. I'm not doing any beautification here, like border alignments and so on, because of the time permits. And whenever, if you're trying to design a real-time projects, just try to check their company logos, verify it. And if it is definitely required, the company logos, try to add in the left-hand side as per the norms or right-hand side. So company standard, they will follow some protocol where to add their company logo, company names. Just try to check it. You can add it on the left-hand side or right-hand side. Maybe for example, I'll just try to add as a part of movies lens project. I'm trying to import it, one image, add it.
Team, please wait. I think Rajendra got disconnected. Let him rejoin.
Okay.
Okay, super.
Okay, Bob.
Suparna, can we get the recording?
Just a minute. Yes, you will get the recording.
Okay, thank you.
There is a system glitch. He was rejoining in 2 minutes. Yeah, he joined.
Sorry for that. I just got some network issue. Sorry for that. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, I was my network problem. Some power cut here. Sorry for that. So here I'm trying to add the image. So company standards part, either you can use left hand side or right hand side. Just try to choose it as a movie lens project. I'm just trying to add the image or icon on the left hand side. So any idea where we can find these general images from your end? I just try to give you some websites also. So see here, we can find a lot of images from this flat icon. So this is one website. Maybe it will be helpful to you. Just try to verify it. So you can download it in the form of a PNG format if you are trying some general or your own best practices part. Just try these links to get some general or images or else icon stickers. Even the GFs also available. Moving stickers. We can just try to find it from here. Okay. Maybe let
What
me
is the website name of the color
That's
code?
what website color hexacode.
Hexacode. Thank you.
Yeah. Just giving this link as well. Try to use it. And sometimes if you want to design the visualizations, what I will do in the sense, I will use AutoDraw. So here, this one also very good one. So you have to do it. I mean, whenever you are getting some good times, free times, you can use this AutoDraws also so that it will try to, I mean, just a normal draw. So from here, we can try to select any one of the image. So we can download it. Okay, this is the one we are expecting. Maybe I can try to download it. This is also one more website, which I will use it on regular, I mean, like reporting part. Maybe it will be helpful to you. Okay, fine. And assume that your report development is completed. So what we will do next? What we will do next? We will publish this report under the cloud-based environment and start giving an access to the customers. And before that, giving an access, just try to cross-verify the numbers and the interaction between one table, I mean, the visuals, the slices which you are currently using. And these are all thorough checks and validation. You can do it and try to share this analysis to the customer. If they are not aware what it is and how it is working, just try to guide them. Okay, some customers are knows how it is going to work. Some customers not aware how this tool functionality will work, okay, as a development part. So we need to guide them thoroughly how this visual will work and how it is satisfying their business need so that they can try to take their business decisions once we provide an access. And also further feedbacks and comments, we will receive it via Power BI services or via an Outlook also, email ID as well. Fine, I'm done here. And if you have any questions, concerns, I don't know how about this session and went, just share your feedbacks as well. So last few minutes, I just quickly updated. Let me know those things too. Yeah, I'm done.
Rajendra,
Thank you.
any other website for the icons?
Icons, flat icons, I have just shared with you, right? Flat icons
No,
is there. And one more website is there. Maybe let me think through. One more I'm regularly using. I forget the name. Flat icons other than this. Some other, maybe I can share it later. I'm not remembering right now. Okay.
Okay. In any website or any blog you can share for the end-to-end project in Power BI?
End-to-end project. Yes, I have my blogs as well. Data analytic group. Just try to use that group. Maybe I will share you the link in the chat. Okay. End-to-end project blogs.
Yeah, please share.
Sure. Any questions from your end? Let me know. How is the session? Please share your feedback.
Rajendra, I have one question is there.
What is that? Please.
Before share it end user, so we need to check this one data validation, this number of count to tags is correct or not. How can we check validation?
Data validation. Mostly we will do this validation in the Power Query. If not, means we will use advanced query editor, like some other tools also, external tools. So based on that, sometimes right, we will get a requirement. So if you're observing these external tools wise, see here. Let me know once you're able to see my screen. Able to see my screen?
Yes, we can see.
I will use this Bravo tool to see the is there any complexity or else what type of a tables I'm using, whatever the connection part. How it has been incorporated and whether it is taking huge time and all. I will go directly to the Bravo tool, which is developed by SQL BA team. So on the optimizations part, if you want me thoroughly check or else if you want me to refer, I can go with a tabular editor. Optimization, data optimization, or else maybe advanced level of access. If you want to provide object level, I can go with this tabular editor tool. Performance prospect, I will use these two, Bravo or DAX Studios from SQL BI team. Yeah.
Bravo mainly use it for validation or performance purpose?
It's for both. We can see the number of tables which has been linked, unlinked table, and you can observe which table is taking huge time to execute it, and even you can download the complete structure of the table in the form of export. We have an export option. You can download it. So all the tables with the table information, current table information. That is the advantage.
It is actually depending on the company's environment.
If it is LO in the sense, yes, we can use it. If they are not LO, these external tools, then we will not use it actually.
Okay.
Because these are all other standards, right? Other company means third-party developers, correct? We will not use those things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rajendra. It was wonderful. Actually, we were joined at 8 o'clock, right? We were enjoying this project actually, end-to-end project. Thank you for guiding us.
Thank you. Yeah. Hope you like it. And if you are get in touch with me, you can get in touch with me, the KSR Data Vision, so that I will connect and I can help you if something is required from my end. Okay. Thank you so much, Mahesh.
Rajendra,
Thank you,
one small,
Supriya.
Rajendra, one last question, Rajendra.
Tell me.
Yeah, Rajendra, this is regarding not regarding the session, but I have a question for you. Let's say I created a model, Rajendra. Then I then I insert that I went for incremental refreshes. Then I moved it to a service. Okay. Now what I do is I connect to this model and I try to develop the report, which is in live connection.
Okay.
Now, like that, let's say I built some 15 to 20 reports. Now I have a situation where users, they just wanted to come and they just wanted to write some DAX queries, simple DAX queries, like every user has their own way of calculating different things. So now they wanted to do it in the report level, but but actually it is not possible because when
Not
we
possible.
created, but is there any way that I could, because this is the issue which I'm facing right now,
Okay.
where I created a bunch of models for, let's say, for sales one, for invoice one, for delivery one. I just created different depending
models.
Because there are models because of depending upon the huge requirements. There are at least 200 reports which needs to be built. So for
Okay.
200, I cannot go and manually select, do all the transformations done and do calculations. So I created a model and everything was fine. But recently, what I'm facing is now users, like few of them, they wanted to do write some DAX code, or they want to do
At
some
some
kind of
scenario,
grouping.
yes, sometimes we will get this kind of a request. Though, is there any access to the semantic model? Can we give an access directly to the customers, whoever want to write it?
No, we cannot give them.
Give them. Then in such scenario, how they are going to ask us, how we are going to share to write the DAX function. That is the only approach where if you can share the semantic model, maybe they can try to download the semantic model, they can play around it. Okay, that's what the process we will do regularly. If
But
not,
it is an incremental, Rajendra. It is an incremental.
and also yes, incremental refresh means there is no approach to download also. Some of the limitations are there. We cannot download it, the particular data set too. So in such scenario, we have to think through some other alternative. They have to specifically design separately for them, or else maybe we have to give an access without adding the incremental refresh. Those two only.
Okay, so we don't have any other alternative.
There is no other alternatives, right? Yes, we have to. These are the limitations which we have to convey to the customer too. Sometimes. Okay.
And one small question, Rajendra. Let's say I do incremental loads for 10 days or 12 days. Okay, depending upon the requirement. Now, there is one record which they have inserted. Let's say instead of 12 days, they inserted for 1 month. So now I need to do it a manual refresh in the desktop level.
Correct. Exactly.
So, for what I'm doing is for incremental loads, I'll just go to the Power Query. I'll disable the filters. I'll do a full load there.
Complete there. And again, applying the incremental refresh.
Yeah, is that the way? I mean, like, I just wanted to know.
Normally, yes, correct only. Yes, that is the process. So manual entries, you already configure the incremental refresh, but again doing the re-extraction or else a full load in the sense, it's a problem for us. So these limitations, while working on the project level, we have to convey so that they will get to know the project feasibility and they can start working on it instead of giving ad hoc requirements in between. Once we completed the incremental refresh and again they're sharing some data in a manual stuff, it's not a good approach. These things we have to get awareness before working on the project part. But otherwise, it's a complication for, again, redo of our activities only. Okay.
Yeah, thanks,
So
Rajendra.
team, team, I shared Rajendra's LinkedIn profile in the chat box. Could you please all go through his profile and connect with him? If you have any questions on this type of sessions, similar way we are planning to conduct with Rajendra, and as well as he is one of the key speaker in the Microsoft Reactor sessions. You can follow his LinkedIn page, then you will get the regular updates when he is going to speak. According to that, you can attend all of those sessions and you can gain the knowledge from him. And Rajendra, thank you so much for sharing this project, and it will be a really insightful project. And thanks for your time.
Thank you so much, Babu. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Mahesh.
Rajendra, hello.
Yes, tell me. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm there.
Rajendra,
Yes,
can I ask one question, please? Yeah. Thank you for your session. Okay. Yeah. So right now I have received one project in which we have almost 250 columns. So
Not able
it
to
is
hear
kind
you.
of survey project in which we have.
Yeah, your voice is missed in between. Can you please
Just
start? Can you please repeat?
Am I audible now?
Yes. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Please go ahead.
Okay.
Yes.
So yeah. So we have almost 30 questionnaire. Okay. That is the survey data, and the data is recorded in such a way that first column will be respondent. Okay. Those are 300. And after that we have the question one. According to that we have the responses of that. So 5-6 options are there. Okay. And their response were recorded into the column. Okay.
Are you using any forms, Sanket? Are you using any forms related extraction
No.
or how it is? Okay.
No. I got already CSV in form of CSV. Okay. Hello.
Yes.
Okay.
Please.
So
Proceed.
the issue is, so for question one we have the 5 options. So that means first column is respondent, and after that we have the 5 columns for the responses. After that with respect to 5 responses, we have the subsequent question with that. Okay, so if first option is selected for question 1, then in second we have to means it is dependent on that. This type of I have 30 question. Okay, so what I did, I have unpivoted first question 1. Okay, and after that question 2, 3, 4, 5, which is dependent on question 1, I have unpivoted them with different query, creating a different table, and then connected back to the for question 1. Okay, so that is how I solved almost 30 question. But issue is now, so we have the 30 question. We are having almost 10 tables which are having the cardinality of many.
Many to
and
many.
when I create a data model, okay, yeah, so it becomes many to many. So I thought I will create one table with respondent, which is common in every table. Okay, but the issue is the respondent table will be cardinality having 1, and while this question, which is by question we created the table, that is having the many. So I don't think the tax will work in that way, because is the as we have the in star schema, central table having the many cardinality as a
Many
fact and one as a dimension. But here
Correct.
exact opposite is happening. So what is the solution for that? Because I want to interactive dashboard.
Correct. So it is an vice versa. Instead of having the fact table with like a many side to the one side, so you have different, like a fact table is having unique and sub tables or sub questions. You have many. Is my understanding correct? I mean, simple, right?
Yes.
In such scenario, maybe I just have to check it. Saket, just share it, or else maybe you can post it in the community or Fabric community. So maybe the Babu or lot of members are there. They can help you out. Okay, just share it in the community part in detail. What you are explaining. You are aware of a community platform, Fabric community, where I need to post this one. If not, just try to post it. Others, many members are there. They can help you, or maybe I can just try to check it if I can get some time. Okay, I'm just giving the community link also in the chat.
Okay.
But
So
is
I
the
will
vice
upload the
versa, right?
PBI file.
Not require the
file.
just upload the sample data file in community itself. I just given the link on the chart. Post it your query along with some sample data. Remove the sensitivity of the data labels and just post with the sample data what you are expecting, what you are looking for. Okay, with some example. That's it. Okay, in a clear explanation, so that we will check it from our end and then we will update it from the community perspective. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Rajan.
Fine. Thank you. Thanks. Have a nice day to you, to everyone. Thank you.
Rajendra, I have one question.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thanks.
tell me.
Yeah, actually, in my current project, I have a requirement that I need to build a report and it should be embedded into a application with their organization application. The report should be get filtered based on the input of the application.
Input of the application. Okay.
For example, we have a member from ID. Based on the member from ID, report should automatically filtered in Power BI service.
How you are trying to embedding the report in the application? Are you using any tool? How you are embedding that particular application into the report? Simple.
Yeah, by using Power BI JavaScript.
You are using in some internal script and then you are embedding into the your internal web portal. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Is that filters are not working? That's the question. Filters are not changing or reflecting.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm not sure about how you've written the JavaScript. Okay, but if you build a report and if you want to embed the report on your internal websites, just try to check how this filter conditions. Maybe just try to check before embedding your application into the portal. Just try to check whether the interaction is exist between the slices to the report which you developed. After that, whatever the code you have written and the Java code you set, just try to check is there any something as an interaction is required between the slicer to the web portal. Maybe the connection should be there. Some connectors should be required. Try to check it, and still if the issue is not resolved, my suggestion is sincere suggestion, just try to post it in the community. We can with what is the code, just try to give some sample example and post it there so that it will be helpful to us to understand better. Okay.
Okay, Ron. Thank you. Thanks for your.
Thanks for joining. Have a nice day, and we'll meet next time. Thank you.
Thank you, Raghu. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rajendra.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye. Bye.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Rajendra.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. This session is already streaming in YouTube and LinkedIn as well. If anyone missed the class, you can go and check there. And for the data set, we were giving a link of GitHub in the YouTube itself.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. If anyone have any other questions, maybe you can approach our team. Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Mahesh.
Yeah. Hi. Thank you.